What'd you just say?
I back Liquid Death 110%.
Derek does too.
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Blasco, for hooking me up with Liquid Death.
Let's go. All right, so let's start this shit, man. Everybody sounds great. All right, let me do
All right.
For all the listeners, you can hear Derek Green, so stop your fucking complaints.
Stop the complaints.
It was one episode where it was weird, and it's all fixed.
You
so
need to
shut
turn
up.
your ears up.
Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have a very special guest, a very positive human being, Mr. Efrem Schulz.
What's up?
Thank you for being here, man. Really
for
appreciate
having
you
me.
being here, man. You sound great. You look great. I haven't seen you in a really long time. You've been on lockdown as well.
Yeah.
How's life going?
It's really slow, but just trying, like we were just saying a second ago, all we can do is make the most of the time and just stack tunes and wait to go on tour, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Stack tunes.
And you've been really
Right.
busy because you're like in like four groups
bands.
at least.
And then once in a while I play bass in the cover band you came to see.
What are the 4 bands?
I sing in Death by Stereo.
Right.
I sing for the Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Oh my God.
I sing for Manic Hispanic.
Okay.
And I sing in a new band called Word Attack.
What about Dirty Black Summer Tribe?
Oh yeah, I play bass in Dirty Black Summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a skate shop and record store program
Yes.
in Fullerton.
Yes, I do. And I also throw shows on the side.
Yeah. Shows at the
work
record store.
production. I do a lot of we do during normal time at least 4 shows a week at our shop.
Wow. Chef
Yeah.
Cab's band play there, man.
Oh, hey, we would love it.
Oh, whoa.
Hey,
Yo.
Yeah,
I'll tell Cab.
In a heartbeat,
Yeah,
man.
that would be great.
He's got a new band called Urethane. They're trying to play some shows.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah,
come
man.
on.
Okay, cool.
Dude, hook
That would
me
be
up,
sick.
man.
Because I
It's
want.
fucking Cab, dude.
I don't want to
Yeah.
say it on here, but I want. Supposedly that show we had last year is coming back this year.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get them on that as the opener.
Yes.
It'd be cool.
Oh,
It's supposed to
it
happen
would be great.
September, supposedly.
Absolutely.
That'd be amazing.
I hope so. September shows.
so
We
ho-
have a show in August in Vegas, Death by Stereo.
Okay.
So we're just like,
Yeah.
please.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed, right?
Please. Yeah.
Was it really hard keeping that store open during the pandemic?
Fuck yeah.
Surviving it. Yeah. having it.
Yeah, and keeping the store open period's just a challenge,
Yeah.
man. But there's not a lot of money in skateboards and records, but
Yeah.
we love it, and everybody that supports it. We have this great big hardcore family, man. And
Yeah.
everyone just pitches in. I mean, man, we got broken into during the pandemic.
Wow.
And we were only at that point doing curbside, and dude, I can't tell you how many people just showed up. Just
awesome,
looking
man.
going, oh, take that. And everyone helped us, man. It was
That's
cool,
man. So it's a good community out there.
Absolutely. We couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, we're paying the rent.
Yeah.
Oh, we just got a brand new window. Oh, fuck. He's just sick.
Yeah.
So we're hanging in there, man.
Is there a skate ramp there?
No, we don't
Okay.
have enough space, but we got a rad bank in the alley right next to our
Sick.
shop. So people just show up and skate the bank.
And
And
do you skate too?
when I was younger, now I'm just kind of an A to B guy. I push around, but I skated a lot, dude, through my youth. I've always been super into skateboarding.
Yeah.
I found skateboarding at the same time as punk rock.
Like we all did, the soundtrack.
Exactly.
So you were born out here?
Yeah, I was born in the South Bay in Torrance.
Yep.
I lived in Redondo. My parents are from Mexico.
Okay.
And they came over and they went to San Pedro. And my dad was working down there for a long time. Then they moved to Redondo. I lived there for a couple years. Then we came to North Orange County.
Yep.
Kind of just, hey, where's the job?
Right,
where's
right.
the,
Yeah.
So we,
I was going to ask you. I was like, your last name is Schultz. That's not a very Mexican name.
well, I'm one of the community of Mexican Germans.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few of us.
Das ist geil.
Oh yeah, there's a few of us because
That's amazing.
the
That's
music
incredible.
too. The same as
Yeah,
German. There's a
that
German
oompa
influence
music.
on Mexican music. So there's a German Mexican community in Mexico. Like Jason Cruz is a
you're
German guy.
You're blowing my mind.
yeah.
I never knew this existed.
Oh, there's a bunch of us with German parents. Jason Cruz, Louis Perez, Louis from Los Lobos, his kid.
Wow.
Yeah, who's in Manic with me. Elvis from Left Alone, Elvis Cortez. He's
Okay.
a Mexican German. Gonzo's a Mexican German.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a few of us scattered around
That's
California,
amazing,
man.
man.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
and there was a lot of people that immigrated from Germany to Mexico. My grandmother did, and then my grandfather, who is another German, just met her in Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah, and so my
You
dad.
have a big family?
We don't really know our family. My dad just lost most of his family. My mom didn't really have much of a family, so it's just there's 6 of us that we
Okay.
know. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
And
time for Ancestry.com.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know. We've been, actually
not
I've
our
been learning
sponsor,
a
though.
lot.
23andMe.
I've learned
23andMe,
so much about my family in the last few years. Actually, we've
You
really
did that.
been, we've been tracking people down and this and that. And but so my dad was born and raised in Mexico. Green eyes, blonde hair, speaking Spanish, speaking German. Not very good at English. As I got older, the English got better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Heavy accent. But a Mexican dude, people would trip out because we just live in a Mexican area. We go to like the carniceria or whatever to get some food. And my dad would walk in there, hey, and they start talking, you know, hanging out with paisas, you know, and he'd always hang out all the Mexican
Hola,
spots.
amigo.
Oh, yeah. And
Wow.
my mom would tell me, like, she's like, oh, God, before you were born, when you were really little, she's like, I'd always tell your dad, like, you're good. You're white. You're good. Just don't hang out with all these fucking Mexican dudes and get caught. Don't go to that spot. Don't go to the spot. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, you
Wow.
know, for real. And then my dad was a resident, never a citizen, and my mom became a citizen, and she's here in Costa Mesa. But
Yeah.
my family's from Guadalajara. My dad was in Tijuana for many, many years. You know, all over Mexico.
You go back and forth a lot? Do you go visit or no?
I haven't in a while. I actually recently, it's kind of crazy. I have who I've been talking to thanks to Facebook. I have a half brother and a half sister in Mexico.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so we've been waiting for this to calm
And you
down.
didn't know about it till later?
I knew about him when I was really little.
Okay.
And he came over when I was little, and then he was just gone. My dad had a couple kids before he was with my mom.
Yeah.
And like we just never got the chance to know each other. And my dad passed in the 90s. And then we never saw them ever again.
Wow.
And I have an older brother here.
'Kay.
And he found him on fucking Facebook, dude.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
and it's so nuts. And so we started talking, and it's
How old are they, do you know?
my brother is how old is he now?
Is he
Touching
older?
60.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So you haven't
Oh,
met
yeah, he would be older.
you haven't met yet in
Yeah.
real life yet, right? You haven't met yet?
No. Well, we met when I was young.
Yeah, but since then, yeah.
Since then, no. And you know, like,
Wow.
so it's a trip, and I'm really like interested in knowing more about my family that I can learn through him. And so it's really
Right.
cool, man. So
Wow.
we're talking, you know, but when this calms down a bit, I'm gonna shoot down there and we're
For
gonna
sure,
hang,
man. That's
dude.
awesome. It's so close,
Yeah, I got
too.
trippy, kind of weird experience, you know, because I have I have mixed parents and I'm mixed, you know, I'm half white, and so I
And how was that growing up?
But I'm raised Mexican.
Yeah.
Do you know the
yeah.
white side, like in Germany? or-
My dad did bring some German influence in, and dude, it was a trip. Sometimes, like just eating dinner, he'd be like talking to you, and on accident, subconsciously, from Spanish to German.
Oh,
And
wow.
we'd just be like, "What? Like, what are you saying, Dad?"
Dang.
And then he'd switch to English.
Yeah.
Trippy, man.
But you know where in Germany?
My grandmother's from Berlin.
Oh, nice.
Love
yeah,
Berlin.
straight up
Berliner.
Berlin, man.
Love Berlin.
that's dope.
Berlin, Kreuzberg.
Yeah,
Dude.
Kreuzberg.
You got roots out there. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
shout out all of our homies there, dude.
For sure, man. So many.
My favorite place in the world, man.
I love Berlin, too.
Oh yeah, dude.
But,
yeah.
So how was that growing up for you? Like like your exposure to punk rock and skateboarding, was that in high school?
When I was in the 6th grade, through skateboarding, skating with some kids. I remember just in the schoolyard skating around by the basketball hoops, and some older kid skating put down a boombox and played me the Toy Dolls.
Wow.
It's the first punk I heard.
Wow.
And then really quickly after that, I traded some skateboard wheels for Who's Got the 10.5 Black Flag.
Sick.
And that was my first hardcore record.
Wow.
So it was like from
6th
Toy
grade,
Doll-
too. It's
yeah,
young, man,
from
yeah.
Toy Dolls to fucking that a little while later, and whatever
Yeah,
grade
toy
that was.
doll. I never heard anybody skating to toy dolls. It's super random for me personally.
Super
growing up,
random.
it's like maybe it's like the Faction or Circle Jerks or Dead Can. That's cool. Toy
Yeah.
dolls. That's awesome.
But between Toy Dolls and Black Flag, there was a couple years where I was just listening to whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had a Beach Boys record, and
Sick.
you know what I mean? Like I just had records. I didn't know any better. I'd get them at my parents used to slang shit at the flea markets. So my mom would give me quarters, and I'd just go like buy records.
Wow.
And I was a kid. Oh, this cover looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
how
artwork.
that always worked.
I got
the
it.
old cover, like, oh, that cover looks good. And
My first record was Beach Boys Live in '69.
nice.
Awesome.
And I just bought it with my own money. So I kind of grew up like that, hearing a lot of Mexican music.
Yeah.
Like getting into high school, I could never really relate to classic rock. I never heard it. I didn't.
Yeah.
Everybody, man, you don't fucking know whatever Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin?
And I'd just be like, nah, man, I don't. You know, like
Do you appreciate it now when you're older?
I do, but I'm not so fucking crazy about it,
Me
like
either,
other
man.
people are. Yeah,
I appreciate, respect it now, but growing up, I was like, fuck that, I'm punk rock. I don't listen to
Yeah,
that
me
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. You don't like classic rock?
I appreciate it
some
now,
of it.
but
You know,
Some
some
of it.
Foghat or anything like that? Or
It's cool.
some Zeppelin?
There's some jams.
Come
some
on,
jams.
man.
no, I couldn't name the jams if I heard them. Like you always like say, guess these songs. Like I could know the song, but not the artist. Maybe
I get it. Okay.
I like a lot of the bands that like Led Zeppelin liked. You know what I mean? Or
I get that,
You know, and I
yes.
like a ton of oldies. I grew up listening to a lot of oldies with my
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I love rock
All
and
right.
roll. Like I'm super into Chuck Berry.
Okay.
You know what
Sick.
I mean?
Now we're talking.
That's
Yeah.
that's where I'm at in my head. Is
Okay.
rock and roll is where
Right.
everything comes from.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, simultaneously, my parents were working at the swap meet, and there was a guy that had a stand that sold tapes. So I would go over there and I'd sweep his shit and organize all his shit for him every weekend, and he'd give me 4 tapes. I could pick anyone I want.
Oh,
so I
that's
got
dope.
breakdance mixtapes. You know what I mean? And then the next week I got a Judas Priest tape because it looked like a Transformer.
yeah.
Oh,
You,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Right? You
I
know
never
what
heard somebody say that
Or
about
like
that.
A, like
It's
like whatever the Voltron. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Voltron.
Exactly.
Yes.
And fuck, this or that, and then we would go to Mexico on the weekends, and all the time we'd always go down to TJ. A lot of families would, we drive down there, do all our grocery shopping, hang out, blah blah, come back, and I'd buy tapes there too on the street. And I did buy a Led Zeppelin 4, but the cover was in Spanish, so it'd be like Perro Negro. You know what I mean? Like yeah,
That's cool, Black
yeah. So
Dog.
I had a lot of records growing up that were printed in Spanish.
Oh, that's
Wow.
Yeah. So, or like I remember I bought it because I liked Rocky. I bought the Survivor record because it said El Ojo de Tigre.
From the motion picture.
From the motion picture Rocky.
Ojo
Yeah.
de Tigre.
Yeah. Dude, like, weird shit like that. you
Yeah.
know?
That's
And
killer.
I was really into like thrift stores as a kid, finding shit like that. Like, I found some weird shit at thrift stores, cool hardcore shit at thrift stores.
yeah.
man.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
ever
back then.
shop at thrift stores? Like,
Hell yeah.
that was my thing.
I don't
too,
know what
man.
inspired that too, because it wasn't like
Yeah.
we had TV or YouTube. I think maybe some of the skate videos you saw, like people wearing like Dickies or bigger clothes, or
Yeah.
like all those Bones Brigade. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Lance,
Oh, yeah.
Lance Mountain had a cool kind of style like that.
Right.
Everybody's wearing shants and you had to cut them off. So
Yeah,
you go get them
man.
at fucking Goodwill, dude. They're cheap, bro.
Yes.
And plaid pants too.
Oh,
Plaid
I had a lot of,
pants,
I rocked some plaid pants.
weird random button
God
ups.
damn it.
Yeah, we used to go to the thrift
Button
shop.
up, yeah, random button ups. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Before the Beastie Boys too.
Yes.
Something in the early '80s that I saw that, man. Also, like the back of the Suicidal record. Sorry to cut you off. Everybody's wearing those button-up shirts and drawing their own suicidal drawings on the back of their
that's
own
true.
shirts.
That was
Oh, yeah.
sweet.
That's hard, dude.
Sick,
Yeah.
man. Maybe that.
Yeah.
So the skateboarding and the punk rock came together around sixth
Absolutely.
grade.
Same time.
Yeah.
And it just kept evolving. And then I went to junior high with this kid, Raphael, who showed me English beat.
Dope.
And that became like a big deal to me, And then he
Right.
showed me the Smiths, Manu Chao, Mano Negra, his first band, so I was like listening to everything, ska, punk, hardcore, rock en
it.
español, like
Breakdance music.
breakdance music, fucking, all kinds of hip hop. I was hearing Mexican music, so I had a really weird thing,
I love that, man.
But that was a time, I know you guys could probably relate, when back then it was hard to be like that because you were what you listened to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very
Dudes would
segregated.
dudes would walk up to you. What are you fucking like? Are you like are you a meddler, fool?
What are you?
what are you? And I just like, fuck, dude, what? Or like, like other Mexican dudes with straight up, dude, I have some weird haircut. What are you, a skinhead? What are you, a white power? And I'd be like, no, man, fuck. Fucking just don't beat me up, dude. Like, whatever,
Wow. She started going to shows super young then too.
Yeah, backyard parties, because, out here, that was everything. So, like,
Were your parents strict at all or no?
they were pretty strict, and then as I got a little older in school and all that, my dad, like, it's almost like they tried to shelter me from shit forever, and then my dad just got real with me and like, it's cool, you know what I mean? Like, my mom was super strict, and I'd just like not go to school, go home, kick it with my dad. We'd go to the movies, this and that. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, it was great.
Did you hate school?
I fucking hated it, man. I hated everyone there, man. It was the fucking worst. And we all had a secret world outside that none of these fucking dorks knew about. These dipshits. Fuck these fools. It was
Shows
like that
on the
for me.
weekend, skating, all that shit. Yeah.
Dude. Totally.
Were you a wild kid?
Yeah, not at first. And then I don't know what happened to me, man. Skateboarding.
You were sheltered.
punk.
You said you got punk in that. Yeah. You
You
came
know
out
what
of
I
your
mean?
shell.
Yeah, and obviously, like in the 80s, immigrant parents, it was always like, be good. Don't make a fuss, right? You know what I mean?
Did they encourage you to speak English?
Absolutely. My
Like,
brother
stopped speaking. You know.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of immigrant families, like they didn't want to stop us.
Right.
But they were very proud
Right.
of being Mexican, but my brother learned Spanish first, and then they were like, "Oh, we've got to teach him English first." And it was just, I don't know, it was just the decision they made.
And
but
how's their Spanish now?
it's all right. You know what I mean? It could be a lot better, but when we go play
Comprende
Mexico,
todo.
Sí, comprende todo.
Sí.
Hablar más, poquito. Mi español es muy malo.
I don't know what they're
Lo
saying,
siento,
ladies
yo
and
soy
gentlemen.
un pocho.
Saying that,
Pochísimo.
He's saying it's pretty bad.
My Spanish is really bad, dude.
So were you fucking up at school, like getting shitty grades and stuff when you got into punk
Yeah,
rock?
dude, I got really shitty grades, and I was fucking up at school anyways, and I was never interested in anything, dude. Like, I can honestly say, like, and they'd be like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I just nothing. You know what I mean? I just want to skate. I remember I got
felt the same way too.
Yeah,
man.
I got
Fuck.
in so much trouble in junior high. I remember because, dude, not because I was fucking shit up or getting in fights or anything. I was so quiet. And I just only listened to records, didn't talk to fucking anybody. I'd hang out in the back of like the field with like my friend Santi, this Laotian kid. Like I didn't have any friends, you know what I mean? Well, I had friends, but we linked up with the fucking dudes that nobody liked, you know. And he ended up becoming like a big tagger and shit. But I hung out with dudes like that,
Yeah.
you know, outsiders.
Yeah.
And
Outcasts.
yeah, and I was really quiet, and I skated through with never having to talk, kind of sitting in the back. I got a 0.00 grade point average in 7th grade, dude.
Oh, my
And I remember they
God.
called my parents. We need to talk to
Oh,
you.
bro.
We have to give your child all this testing. We think he's slow
On the
or
spectrum maybe, or
yada,
what?
yada.
Oh,
yeah. So I had to go
fuck.
through all this testing, and then my parents were like, "There's nothing wrong with you." Like,
He just doesn't care.
Yeah, what are you doing? You know,
He doesn't give a shit.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
didn't care, dude. I hated it.
Damn.
And then like then the adolescence, you know what I mean? And then the and it's, oh my God. And then I realized
All at
I
once.
live in this. We were living in Fullerton when all that went down. We moved to Orange County, and I was living in Fullerton, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the city where this is all from. Holy shit.
Yeah.
DI is from my fucking neighborhood, like
Sick.
4 blocks from me. You can be in this fucking shit. What? You know what I mean? And then it just.
That's crazy when DI is your local band.
Oh hell yeah!
Nobody
dude.
gives DI enough props, man.
Dude, the best.
know, that's true.
Best.
Incredible, man.
So fucking.
I
Oh,
know.
so good.
Yeah,
I
growing
just
up
hung out
was
with.
super influential. You know?
I just had
No
a
doubt.
long convo with Frank Agnew like
Oh yeah.
6 days ago or something.
Is that Rick
like
Agnew's brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Rick and Frank were both in all of those bands
Yeah.
at one point. Well, there's 4 brothers, but 3 of them played.
Okay.
Alfie, Frank, and Rick, and it was almost like who. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who needs who?
Switching places.
Totally, and they're fucking geniuses, dude. They
Yeah.
gave us the octave, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for punk rock, but what?
Yeah. Is the singer
Jesus.
DI still around?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And they're still doing it. Joe and Eddie Tatter are playing bass and drums. Who were in a band called Aversion in the 90s.
Okay.
Remember them?
Maybe.
And
Cali band?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Thrash band.
Okay.
And he plays bass in the Dickies. They're all in all these different bands, but the guitar player Clinton's just been in DI for years.
Wow.
But they're fucking great. I used to be Casey's neighbor.
Okay. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dude, the fucking scene in suburbia. Oh my God, dude.
No, it was
He's like the
Bro.
coolest. He's like the coolest human being I'd ever seen in that movie.
Oh yeah, that movie. It was,
Dude.
I went out and got one earring, dude. I remember I did that. I was like,
What was the second album? The first. I loved all those albums.
what is the order?
I'm trying to think of the order of the
I
albums.
don't know.
I would look it up, but I turned my phone off.
Something if the horse. I forgot the name. It was a long
Oh,
name.
horse bites, dog cries.
Yes. Yes.
And
Bangers,
like,
man.
Our kind of obscure town, Fullerton, you know what I mean? Like, they fucking put it on the map, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And, dude, I know this is a bold statement and it's very argued. We got the fucking first hardcore 45.
You guys do.
Middle class out of Vogue, Fullerton.
Fullerton does.
wow.
Yeah.
What
now,
year? What
I know,
year?
I know there's
Yeah.
it's argued. What year? Well, I had the convo with Steve Soto. And he was like, "Yo, that's the first hardcore 7-inch, bro." Because I was arguing with him.
Ever.
Yeah, because he's all, "Oh, you think hardcore?" And I'm all,
Rest
I
in
don't-
peace,
And
dude.
I was like, maybe for the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Right, right.
he's like, that record is the reason the adolescents went fast.
Okay.
Wow.
And I was all,
Well, if that's
whoa.
before like AF or something, I wonder.
It's pretty-
Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
think
early,
it might have
dude.
been
Yeah.
pretty early, man.
You heard of that before that first?
No,
7-inch?
but I know like West Coast stuff was popping off.
Yeah.
before
We're
East
an
Coast.
obscure town to have.
It's kind of sick though to have that from your town.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Did you like East Coast stuff too growing up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, we can talk East
He
Coast
knows-
for
he
a
knows what's
long
up.
time.
He knows
Yeah,
what's
we
up.
could talk some East Coast, dude. I learned about a lot of music from Thrasher magazine.
Of
course,
You
yeah.
know, yeah. And
Album reviews,
looking in
pictures,
the
t-shirts.
ads, yeah,
Yep.
what bands to get, the skate rock
Yeah,
tapes.
absolutely.
That's how I learned about SNFU in Canada. That's how I learned all the
Greatest.
scenes.
Great
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
band.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
And the East Coast. So I learned about Minor Threat first when I was in high school. I didn't really understand that I didn't know anybody, dude. I didn't know that many people. I didn't have that many friends. I had a few punker friends at school, but like some kids were death rock, some couple of the kids were this or that.
Yeah.
I'm into the Cramps. I like, and there was only like 5 of us, dude. But so I just thought it all was punk.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I heard Minor Threat, and I heard 7 Seconds, and I didn't do drugs or drink in high school at all. Just because it didn't connect with me for whatever reain.
Gotcha.
I wasn't against it. All my friends that I did have were all fucked up and tweaked out, doing acid, punkers.
Yeah.
And it didn't connect with me, and this music aligned with kind of where I was at by default.
Yeah.
And I never really called myself straight edge. Then everybody started calling me that in high school, and I was like, what the fuck is straight edge? It's a song. And that's how I started fucking learning about straight edge and hardcore.
Wow, connecting the dots after that.
Yeah, and I think one time in high school I drew an X on my hand, like connect with this. But then I just stopped because I was like, I don't know, it just made it weird, and I was like, I think I'm a poser. you know what I mean? And then this kid Sean Prim, this real tough fucking dude, he's still my friend. In high school he was like this tough dude. He had an AF trucker hat. And that's where I found Agnostic Front, from his hat.
Got you.
And I still know Sean. Dude, thank you, Sean. And I
remember those
looking at
hats were
that
dope too. Not for nothing.
Way back then,
Yeah.
dude. And that's how I kind of learned about that.
To New York shit, yeah.
And so into the 90s, by then I was into everything, whether it was Green Day or Agnostic Front.
Yeah.
I just like punk music.
Yeah, I love that.
I remember when Paul Miner showed me you guys early on, and I was like, dude, this is like what I like. It's
awesome.
fucking really hard, but it's like
melodic.
I could
Yeah.
sing along to every fucking chorus the first time. You know
Awesome,
what I mean?
thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. And well, you guys opened the doors for all of us to be on Epitaph, bro. Hardcore.
Wow.
Straight
shit.
up.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Straight
shit.
up,
wow.
dude. You know
One
what
of
I
the
mean?
first ones on there. That's right.
You guys in AF
That's right.
changed everything, dude. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So thank you.
Thank you.
You opened some minds over there,
I remember
dude.
you were the first East Coast band they signed from the hardcore scene. That's right. Wow.
Dude, I'll tell you. I know this is tangent after tangent.
All good.
But I got to tell you this, dude. I remember going to Epitaph. I have to tell you, you inspired me, and you don't even, I have to tell you this. Going into Epitaph, and someone in the background here in the peanut gallery, like, Toby checks in like every day, dude, and he makes sure everything's straight. He makes sure everything's right. And he goes, man, he fucking makes sure we're on point and da-da-da-da-da. And I was all, ding.
Wow.
And fucking, what car did I have?
was.
Man, I had
You should. Yeah.
I had this car that barely made it. What was that fucking car I had? Some piece of shit. It was a Civic, a Honda Civic. I fucking drove that fucker back and forth from Orange County to Silver Lake fucking every day that I could during the week that I didn't have to work or whatever. And I showed up. Mix. But I was positive, yeah. But I was in the mix, and the whole band started doing it, dude. And that's because of you, dude.
Wow,
hearing
man.
that. And I was just like, you have to be on the ball. I have
Thank
to
you,
be
man.
here all, yeah.
You guys had no manager or nothing, right? He's doing it yourself?
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
I remember at that time, like, being so blown away. Like, dude, we put our first record out on Indecision Records.
Yep.
You know? The best. And we're back on Indecision now.
Awesome.
But Dave Mandel, like...
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, he put that record out, and then we ended up selling, like, a pretty fucking good amount of records out of Dave's fucking garage, and we couldn't believe it. We went on tour, yada, yada.
That was 1998, right?
Yeah, and the record came out in 99. We started in 98.
If looks could kill, I'd watch you die.
Yes, and I had been sitting on that title since high school.
You got some ill titles we'll go through. We got some
I was
crazy
sitting on this
titles.
in high school because I had a band before called Clint. It was just a
Okay.
shitty punk band. We came to New York in the 90s.
You did Clint?
I booked a tour in Book Your Own Fucking Life. I could barely play the guitar. It was a horrible noise. Nobody ever heard us. No one came to any show. We couldn't get any shows, but I was like, we're fucking going to New York anyways in our fucking shitty Chevy. In 96, we drive to New York. I call a number out of Book Your Own Fucking Life, just getting my mind blown. I go, hey, it says here this is a crash fucking squat where, like, punks can stay. And I go, there was 8 of us went together, dude. We're so stupid in this little fucking 12-passenger van with no seats, you know?
Yeah.
Laying on sleeping bags or whatever on each other. And then fucking This dude's all, yeah, man, blah, 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 fish and chips, blah, 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 come over to my spot, blah, blah, blah. It was
Sounds
motherfucker.
like this thing of the Ant word.
It was motherfucking Neil from Nausea, bro.
Oh, wow.
And I am never met anyone in my fucking life. I'm from California. I used to write to like Squatter Rot and all the East Coast zines and all that for stickers and tapes.
Yeah, Maxim Rock and Roll, all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah. And I was super in Nausea, dude. And I was what?
That was Roy's band.
Yeah, Roy's band. Yeah, it's dope.
Dude, yes. So we fucking go to his pad. He lets us crash on. I'm just like, is this real? And his pad was a record store. He had a distro in his house. And all these dudes from different fucking gnarly crust bands and shit, because I was into that shit too, you know? And I'm like, who, what? And just trying so hard to be cool. And I remember I was so hungry, and I'll never forget it in my mind vividly. He's cooking all this pasta and all this shit, and I'm like, wow, what a cool guy. Then he sits down and just serves himself and looks at us, and he's like, you want some fucking food? The store's fucking this way. But yo, don't walk this bridge without carrying a knife outside. This is 96.
Wow.
96. And we're from, dude, you know what I mean, dude? I'm old. What, motherfucker? You know, you're like, dude, what? And then I'm like, I'm cool. I'm just going to sit here and watch you eat. And then,
I'm chilling.
And then he talks.
It's probably Avenue A, Lower East Side, right? It had to have been.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then it was like, yeah, it was so different, but to me, it looked like paradise, bro. It was like, you can do anything you want. And then this is an adventure, dude. Then I'm just sitting there like, and then I'm like, hey, you want to hear my tape? You know? And dude, he did not like it. And he's like, yeah, you should send that shit to Fat Mike, and then give me a ride on your helicopter when you get big and famous. And I was like, oh man, I'm getting tore up by like my hero, bro. But then he goes, all right, I was 20 or 19, maybe 19. And then he was like, all right, you want to go to a bar? And I'm all,
oh boy,
fuck yeah, we want to go to a bar. I'm like, this dude's gonna take us to a bar, because we couldn't get into any bars.
Yeah.
And then he fucking takes us to some weird bar in Lower East Side in the middle of fucking abandoned buildings and all this shit.
Okay.
I have no idea what it was. No, you don't need fucking ID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all hanging out, and then he's like, all right, you want to go to CB's? And he took us to CB's to see Disassociate.
I remember Dissociate, yeah.
Yeah, and they had those
that Ralphie's
fluorescent
band,
orange, fluorescent
Wow.
orange amps and all this weird shit on. And I remember I was all psyched because Dystopia opened, and they were West Coast, and I was into Dystopia. So I was like, this is like a dream. And we just hung out in New York for a few days, slept in the van. I remember wherever we were, we walked somewhere from CB's. It's such a faded memory where we could see like the waterfront.
Yeah.
And we literally like, a couple of us just fucking sat on the thing with our legs and just laid down and went to sleep for a few hours that night. Like, it was just an adventure, bro.
Yeah. And that was 96?
Yeah.
And so when did Death by Sarah start? Did that start in school?
98. It started.
yeah.
I got my diploma or whatever you get from the continuation in 93.
Okay.
So, because I'm 46. And
so you didn't graduate?
I did technically. I went to, they called them technical schools. Like if you get kicked out of your high school, you know.
Did you get kicked out?
Oh, yeah.
For what?
Oh, dude. Well, a lot of reasons. Like kind of because I didn't, same thing.
Didn't give a fuck.
I didn't do fucking nothing.
0.0 average.
Yeah, and after a certain point, I just didn't show up. And then when I was in high school, my dad was pretty ill, so I ended up just having, by default, to stay home with him a lot and help him.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then, like, it turned into, dude, that's when it opened up. My dad just became just like a bro, my fucking best friend, dude. And, like I would just go home, like I would ditch school, go home early, and it was
go
like
to movies,
I got my first like a big old boat car for like $400 at Plymouth, and pick up my dad, or we go in my dad's car, we drive to the movies, and he'd take me to see all the R movies, so I'd be all psyched and dude, yeah, you know what I mean, and, you know, but I went
amazing.
to go, I remember going to see Gleaming the Cube with my dad, like you know all that shit. So that was like I had a kind of a trippy high school experience, and then at night. My mom would come home from work, and my brother was in college, so it was really important that he focused on that. So I hung with my dad, and my mom would come home from work, and then she'd just be like, get out of here. Go have some fucking fun. And that's go to shows. Hang out with my friends. Fucking rage. Like, you know, dude.
So what year, did you make it through your senior year?
No, I got kicked out in my junior year, so I did my whole senior year out of continuation. But here's what's dope. This is something that changed my life. Going into that continuation, man, you got out of school at noon. And it was across the street from Cal State Fullerton, the college, and they had a little pizza pub where they had free shows on Thursdays at noon.
Yeah.
I'd run across the street, No Effects on the White Trash Tour. Like
Dang.
20 kids. You know what I mean? College kids, don't know, whatever the fuck they listen to then.
Wow.
You know, 10,000 Maniacs or whatever they like, you know? And fucking... I was at the second Manic Hispanic show, and then fucking 20-something years later, I'm the singer of Manic
fucking
Hispanic.
crazy, man.
You know what I mean? So like I saw a lot of shows weekly there. Lagwagon, Vandals, like a million bands played there, dude, and not a
That's
lot of people were at
incredible.
those shows.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I saw Rollins there, No Doubt.
Wow, no doubt. Wow.
Yeah. So
Were you working out too when you got out of school?
Yeah, I had a job at Pizza Hut.
Okay.
And then I worked at Little Caesars for a while too. Pizza Hut I worked at for a long time. Yeah.
Wow.
I would ride my bike there. I got my continuation, and for that, like I got a mountain bike for graduating. So I would take the bus and walk everywhere. I hung out with this kid, a skinhead, who everybody calls Skunky. And I don't even know if I should say that. But
Wait.
oh yeah, I know.
Skunky, if you're out there.
Yeah. Oh, he is, and he's my bro.
Yeah.
But he's like I hung out with that dude nonstop, and he's a lot of the reason I didn't get my ass kicked at a lot of shows.
He had your back.
dude.
He had your back.
Yeah,
I
you
got
know
friends
what
from
I
New
mean,
York
dude?
that like that. Had your
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Totally. And back then,
big bro, man.
Oh yeah. And I remember just like now. Rewind, I grew my hair out long, so I was getting my ass kicked at every show, dude. You know what I mean? I remember going with him to see Youth Brigade, and just I'm standing in the back against the wall, you know, and he's just like, "You're cool, bro."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember like literally like having a skinhead walk up to me in a parking lot of like a coffee house where all these punkers used to hang out, and just like, then some other dude like, and I was like, "Oh my god, thank God, dude."
Had
So
your
I've
back.
never been like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not a tough guy, dude.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm just like a dude, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, I'm goofy, man.
So you just
Punker,
work.
you know what I mean, dude?
You were just working at Pizza Hut. Did you have a band yet at that point when you graduated?
I had like little just stupid bands in school, you know what I mean? Just trying to make a band.
Yeah.
We got a band called Ham. You know, just
Yeah,
kid
Clint-
bands.
yeah,
just
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to make a band, just whatever the name
And what
of
was
this
what
is.
was Clint named after?
My friend Clint, we're all just sitting in
Wow.
a room, and I was, what do you want to call it? I'm like, I don't know, Clint.
All right.
He made one of our last Death by Stereo videos, fast forward.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that works.
Clint's the shit. He's
And
my
Death
fucking
by
homie.
Stereo is named after from the Lost Boys movie.
Yes. When we all were sitting together, the original demo lineup of Death by Stereo that wrote half the first record is Ian, who is Eagle Bones Falcon Hawk of the Aquabats.
Okay.
Yeah, and he plays for like Gerard Way and all these. He's like a
Nice.
one of those dudes.
Yeah.
You know. And Jared, who's the drummer of Alkaline Trio
Yep.
sometimes, and he plays with Mike Ham.
Yep.
And Paul Miner, his brother Jim Miner, and me. And where were we going with that?
About the Death by Stereo name.
Oh,
Lost
yeah,
Boys.
we brought a list. I have the list still.
Wow.
A piece of paper. And we all put all these names on there, and I'm the guy that walks in and I write, here's my vote. Let's call the band Fart Sauna.
Fart
I'm so
Sauna?
dumb, dude. I'm all let's be the band from the Wonder Years, the Electric Shoes, you know what I mean? The worst guy.
You're a big movie head too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then Death by Stereo, Ian wrote that on there, and I'm like, dude, I love that movie. And we were like, we were all so into it.
It's a
Lost
quote.
Boys?
It's a quote. It's a quote.
He shoots the vampire with a crossbow. He hits the stereo and goes, and he's all Death by Stereo.
So dope.
Did you sample that in anything?
It's on their first record.
Okay.
Right before the first song on the
course.
first record.
Isn't that
course
cool to
you
get
did.
something just like that out of a movie and it fucking becomes like your
That's how it
band?
Dude,
happens. Becomes.
I
I
can't
know.
believe
name,
it.
though. I love
I've
the name.
seen, not that I'm taking credit for it. The Lost Boys get
Yeah.
the credit for it, but
Love that movie.
since '98, I've seen 1,000 death bys.
Wow.
Death by chocolate, death by this, and death by that, and death by this. And like we've actually, I won't say it out loud, but we've actually gotten in a few little fucking legal things with
Yeah.
people, you know. And then our Skull and Bolts logo
Yeah.
that I watched Paul Miner draw in front of me on his desk.
Shout out to Paul Miner. Love Paul Miner. Paul Miner threat.
Dude, he drew that, and I've seen that logo on so many things. Now, if it's altered, you know, by however much percent, it's
Yeah.
not yours anymore. I'll say it out loud. When Death Proof came out, it was our skull on the hood of that car.
Okay.
Somebody leaked the script, and the cover of the script, it was MySpace time. Cover of the script
Wow.
had the car with exactly our skull that Paul drew. I know it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And,
Right.
and the shape of the teeth, everything, and I'm all like, I was like,
Right.
Wow.
yeah. And so we talked to a baller ass attorney that Jason Freeze hooked us up with.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
you know, I was like, bro, I need your help.
Yeah.
You're the dude I know. Help me, man. Give me Green Day help or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's like, I'll hook you up with an attorney that they vouch for, that's a homie, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he's like, just shut up. Don't fucking tell anyone. Let it come
Right.
out on everything. He's like,
Yes,
you're going to
yeah.
get like a fucking $500,000, bro. And then MySpace days, dude, it got put on our wall, and 1 million people are on all these pages.
Yeah.
Fucking Epitaph days too. We had a lot of
Yeah,
attention.
man.
Everyone's like, and they fucking changed it.
Wow, because they heard.
Oh yeah, dude,
yeah.
the script cover changed. Everything changed
Ooh,
online,
they
and
better-
I was just, you
But it's such
son
a-
of a bitch. But it's
It's
flattering.
such an obvious bite, though. Death by and then
Yeah.
death and then.
I bet you was just an art guy. The same way a guy that liked Minor Threat probably did that Nike ripoff bullshit, you know, like all that shit. It's just dudes grabbing art off the internet and
Yeah.
emulating it.
Yeah.
I'm flattered, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
for
Obviously,
the-
we're trying to copy the fucking Misfits. I'm not.
You're
Yeah.
influenced.
Influence,
by
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, straight up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I like bands that have defined things. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
Logo.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When a band walks in the, like when I was young, it used to feel like when the band walked in the room, like everybody, there's no internet, there's no nothing, and you may have never seen them. You were like, that's the band.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They
You
walked
did.
in,
That
like-
energy was
Yeah,
like
and you get that like vibe.
coming off the
Yeah.
I liked it better when I really like hanging out and I love meeting people every day and talking to people. So I'm not that person, but I miss the days when every band was that person where you couldn't be friends with the band. man.
Kind of mysterious, too.
yeah,
Like,
you
yeah.
can't knock on so-and-so's tour bus door, dude.
Yeah.
No way. And some big
Get
ass dude will
checked.
come out and check you.
Yeah.
But you know what? You could probably knock on one of our friends' tour bus doors and you might get a little, you know, a little vibe, but they'll be like, all right, man, you know, take a picture with the
Totally.
guys. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
It used to be like, nope, not tonight. You're not on the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, yeah. So like, I kind of miss that, and I miss the mystique of shit, dude. Like,
Yeah,
like,
mystique.
yeah, dude. Like, dude, you can't fucking say hi to Carrie King on Instagram.
No, Kerry King would never be on Instagram.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I
But
don't want
love
him
that.
to.
I don't want him to either because
Yeah.
actually he would never be on it.
I like
Yeah.
dudes being unapproachable.
That's his personality. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
like it
yes,
too.
Yeah.
I love that. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's his personality too. He's not that type of person. That's
Totally.
like-
I love the Ema Kai's not on there. I love
Yeah,
that
those-
Milo's not on
Yeah,
there.
I don't want to see any of those people on there.
Yeah.
At all. I don't think.
Yeah, I know what you're saying now.
Yeah, and I understand.
On the flip of that, it's a great way to promote everything you're doing. It's a great way to promote
True.
your music
oh,
stuff.
dude,
your-
I'm all over it.
yeah.
no.
But I know what you're saying,
I
though.
know what you're
but
saying.
if I want to, I can go on Twitter right now and say, yo, 50 Cent, your shit's whack now.
Yep.
And I shouldn't be able to diss somebody like that. Or you shouldn't be having
No
that,
respect.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
boundaries are not there. So like the
Yeah.
respect boundaries are
but
gone.
when it comes in person, it's like
It's
that
totally
person
different.
face to face.
It
Yeah,
don't, but
dude.
that'll never happen because these dudes will never say shit to your face in real life. But you
never.
can go up to somebody and say that to someone like that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you shouldn't even be able to get a message. I shouldn't be able to even get a message to 50 Cent that fast.
Write a letter to the fan
This
club,
is what
bro.
you do. Delete. Next.
No, but you know what I'm
And-
saying? Though? I like the mystery of it all.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Robert De Niro's. I'm so glad Robert De Niro's not on social media.
No.
Fucking Robert De Niro.
Like, I should be able to hit up Neil from Nausea, but I should not be able to
Yeah.
hit up fucking whoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's what punk's for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
The
what
connection.
punk's for, man.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
like, but
Wow.
I remember. I think James from Metallica.
He was on there for a while.
He was
Papa
on that.
Het.
Yeah.
Papa Het.
Really?
He was
He was
on.
on
He
there
was
for a
on for
second.
real. And I
Yeah,
asked
man.
him, and I heard him say this like backstage. He was just like, "Yeah, I was on the Instagram, and then
People
I would,
go, it was
and then
big.
and he was like, it would just became overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know? He was like, how I post certain things, and it'd be like, how come that didn't get this amount of likes and stuff? And then
Really?
he started-
Papa Het?
Yeah. And then he was just like, I'm done with this. You know?
Wow.
Kind of like, it's like this is.
Max. Wow. Max is Max High.
what up?
You remember Efrem, man?
Yeah, dude. How are you, dude?
remember a bunch
Last
of
time
times.
I saw you was in Slovenia.
Max,
Somewhere,
Punk Rock
yeah.
Holiday.
Somewhere then.
So crazy.
It's crazy. It's real,
I
bro.
know.
It's real, Maximus.
You want to say that real quick? What happened? Or can we do that after?
Yeah, we can do it later.
Well, I want to say one
What
thing too. Paul Miner from Death by Stereo. For the listeners, Paul Miner is an amazing engineer / producer / everything, and he's Chad Gilbert's right hand man who did our Nothing to Prove album, our Use Your Voice album, and our Covers album, and Agnostic Front. Tons of albums.
I did not know that.
Look up Paul Miner.
Okay.
Buzzbomb Studios in Orange County.
Yep.
Incredible fucking engineer, producer, everything.
He did our last record.
He does so many great records. Terror, tons of bands. Wow. He has a
Yeah.
great fucking
He's
ear, and he's a really super solid human, man.
Absolutely. He just mixed the Voodoo Glow Skulls record that's
Oh, he did?
coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to all your bands. There's so much to talk about. So now you're in Death by Stereo. So how old are you when that band starts?
98 and I'm 46. So whenever do the math, kids.
Yeah.
Come on, kids, do it.
Yeah.
So after your first tour, when you guys get back, what is the vibe? And then the first record comes out, Indecision.
Dude,
you guys have a buzz? Are you playing lots of shows?
We had a buzz because we fucking lucked out on our first tour, man.
Okay.
So Paul shows me one of the first AFI 7-inches, right?
Oh, here we go.
And he's like, yo, check it out. We could write these dudes and get a patch and a sticker for an envelope with postage on it and $1. Remember those?
Hell yeah.
And I'm all,
yeah.
look around.
And you wait 6 weeks without having anybody to complain on the internet. You just have to
True.
wait and be
You just
patient.
have to wait.
You can't be DMing people. Where's
And
my
when
shit?
It comes.
When it comes,
Dun, dun, dun.
It's exciting.
It's so exciting.
Bong, 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 right?
Yeah,
Dude,
it's just like it's incredible.
Straight
It's
up.
the most incredible feeling.
So they hit up Paul. And they're like, yo, you live in Orange County? He's all, yeah. They're all, we're coming down there to play this place called the Showcase Theater. And yada, yada. We need somewhere to stay. And they came and stayed at Paul's mom's house. That's how
AFI.
that's how we met those guys.
Wow.
And that's how we became friends. So then we made our demo because Paul was an intern at a studio called For the Record in Orange where they did a ton of like legendary hardcore records.
Okay.
A bunch of great punk records. Anyone from like Far Side to the Cadillac Tramps.
Sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Love Cadillac Tramps.
the best. And
No Farside.
oh yeah, dude.
It's not the rap band, the hardcore band.
I know.
Okay.
I've heard of him, man. Come on.
I love the hip hop band.
I have a
so
Far
much.
Side Outburn show poster.
Yes, there was Outface.
Outface. Did I
Yes.
say Outburn?
It was
Outface.
It's split.
It's okay. I remember
Or
someone
something
giving me
like
a
that.
bunch.
Yeah, there's a
I would
post-
write people and we trade posters and flyers, and someone sent me.
Yeah,
Sent me that
It was
poster.
on Crisis Records.
Okay, and I was like, oh, cool.
It's
sick.
like-
What is this? You know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
AFI come to town.
yeah. So Paul was an intern at the studio, learning, and he got us, the time at 4 a.m. to make our demo, and we go to the showcase with AFI. Hey, we just got the tapes. Here's our tape, and they fucking were just stayed on tabs on us. Were always so cool to us, and then Dave Mandela talked to us and like, all right, let's put out an album. We're like, holy shit, we're being Indecision. So we tell AFI, and they fucking take us on our first tour.
Wow,
yeah,
that's fucking amazing.
Up the West Coast. They were the best, dude. So it was supposed to be this band, Berserk, that was on Recess Records, us, 88 Fingers Louie, and AFI, and 88 broke up the day before the tour.
Wow.
And, hey, Joe, thanks, man, because then we got
Love you,
bumped up
Joe.
to main support. And then,
Main support.
yeah, I was bummed we didn't get to tour with them, dude. But we got main support because of that. And then, so all of a sudden, we have this new record. We're playing these, 500 to 1,000 cap rooms.
So sick, man.
As a main support for this cool band that's blowing up.
Which AFI album was that?
It was right when Black Sails came out.
Okay.
Dude,
Okay.
so that was 99, right?
Yeah, I think so,
And
yeah.
so we were just like, what the fuck is this? And then we did the whole rest of the country DIY.
Nice.
I booked the tour. Most of it I booked. Dude, Paul, for a short time, worked at Revelation Records.
Yeah.
And I needed a job really bad. So 98, 99, he got me a part-time job there. Him and Dave Mandel.
Sick.
They lied and said that I knew how to use a computer. I had never turned one on yet because I didn't go to school, and they barely had computers in the 90s,
Yeah.
right?
And they returned one on.
Not
And
yet.
they said I knew how to do sales, and I fucking feel so bad for Jordan, dude. I was the worst employee.
Dang.
Jordan's so rad, man. Like the best.
Sweetheart,
so
yeah.
They gave me a job there, right? And so they're like, yo, this is email. And I'm all like, what the fuck is email? And they're like, you can, yeah, they go, you can write letters to anyone, anywhere you want. And I'm all,
For free?
yeah, I'm all, fuck. Like, book your own fucking life. I was putting together, and I got this
Yeah.
job. And then Andrew Rysick from the band Treadwell showed me how to do an email.
Yeah.
And then they go, here's a list of all the record stores in the country we know. We need you to write everyone and make sure they have all the records in stock. And I was like, yo, can I play at your shop?
Yeah, get this.
Can I play at your shop?
Wow.
Hey, you know a spot where I can do a DIY show?
I love this guy's hustle, man.
Right.
And so we
Total
fucking-
DIY.
That's how we got a lot of the East Coast for our first tour, dude. Like
Damn.
DIY shows. We ended up getting rad shows. We played in Asbury Park, in the skate park that used to be
Yeah, I
there.
remember that, yeah,
with OS 101.
I remember OS 101 too.
We played all these random shows with all these rad bands, and it just kind of started happening.
Wow, man.
And then we got back, and Dave Mandel's roommate got a job at Epitaph as the webmaster and was just wearing our shirt a bunch of times.
Okay.
And then I think our name caught Brett's eyes. And then we got our first like big tour was I would say like our first big tour was the AFI, and our second big tour was it was the Vans West Coast Takeover or some shit. It was
I might remember that.
us, Straight Face, and Ignite.
I remember Straight
and-
Face too. Yeah.
Yeah. And we went on that tour, and we played the Key Club, and the show tanked. There's hardly anyone there.
Oh,
and we knew
shit.
Brett Gerwitz was coming.
Oh,
And we were so
shit.
devastated because leading up to that, Paul kept getting answering machine messages from Epitaph, and he's like,
Wow.
he's on fucking. We thought it was our buddy Ryan Clark, like fucking with us,
Right.
and then it turned into Brett Gurewitz calling, leaving messages, and like
It was him?
Paul being like, "Yo, this is real." You know,
Wow.
and then we call and he's like, "Oh, I dig what you're doing. Can you send me like a demo if you have anything new?" We sent him one song, and then he came to the fucking Key Club, and we were all like, "Fuck."
Nobody there.
Yeah, we were playing to like 10,
Yeah,
15 people.
but he's focusing on the band though.
No, I know.
but we didn't
Just
know,
building
you
up
know
the
what I mean?
story.
No, I'm just saying how.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying because I'm friends with Brett. I know Brett's mind works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
But we just were like, "Fuck!" Dude, none of our friends showed up. Some of them
Right.
did. Cool.
Yeah, and Key Club's
Thank
such
God
a.
for those 15 people that were there, man.
But Key Club's such a weird place for shows in the first place.
Absolutely. And we played and we're all fuck it. And I remember we all like just pounded a few beers, not Paul because he was straight edge back then. And like, but we were all like, boom, 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 fuck it. And we just started having so much fun. And in my mind, I was just like, fuck it, dude.
Fuck it.
It's not going to happen. I don't care. Whatever. I'm on Indecision Records.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever. And dude, right after, I see him come down. He was sitting up there with Gina, and then he just comes down, just climbs up the stage and just walks up to me. And I'm all, what? And he's like, what's up, man? And he's like, it just starts talking to me
Wow.
while the guys are packing up the gear. And everyone's like, what the fuck? This dude who's the guitar player of my favorite fucking punk band.
Yep.
Next to the Adolescents. And, but dude, I worshipped his writing and all that. And I've seen Bad Religion 100 times.
Yep.
And dude, I'm tripping. And then he just looks at me and says, hey, you guys want to make a record? And I was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
that's all we want to do. And he was like, all right, here's my
He's-
phone number. Call me on Monday. And then he walked away. And I remember our old drummer, Tim, was like, yo, we just got signed on the Strip.
Yeah.
We were just like, what?
He's the best human. He's
Yeah.
so legit. He's so real,
dude,
man.
it was the greatest thing that could ever happen to me in my fucking life, man. It was the coolest fucking, I couldn't.
Wow.
Man, what a journey, man. You know, you
Yeah,
experienced it
dude,
too. Like,
yeah.
I went out, dude. Thank you,
Epitaph,
Brett
dude.
Gurewitz, man, because I saw the fucking planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm still seeing it. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dave Mandel and Brett Gurewitz changed my fucking life.
It's
dude.
amazing, man. He's
You
so
know?
honest and so real, Derek. That like I told the story before, but like when he was when we were gonna get signed, we were on the West Coast doing a tour. He came to see us at the Palace. The next day, went to the office, walked on the office. There were like these lowrider bikes, these Voodoo Glow Skulls,
yeah, you
lowrider
told me
bikes.
this.
And so we saw the bikes and we're like, holy shit, those are so. We were jockeying the bike so hard. And Brett's like, yo, if you want them that bad, put them in your contract. Boom. Fast forward, put them on our contract. 7 lowrider bikes shipped to my apartment in Manhattan after we signed the deal. H2O bikes.
What?
Thank you, Brett Gurewitz, for that. Like, just a man of his word. Like, he wasn't just
That's
blowing
incredible.
smoke. Put in your fucking contract, and we did it.
Dude, he's
So cool, man.
I mean, like he did. I feel like he kind of
Above and beyond,
Yeah,
dude.
he tries to give you that experience,
Bro.
especially
Yeah.
here's these young guys that have never fucking seen anything or done nothing, and he's like, oh, it was right when he had bought some big cool like truck that we could all
Yep.
fit in, and it had like the most bumping system, and he's just like, you want to go for a ride in it? Like, fuck yeah, and like
Yep.
takes us this truck. Oh yeah, I went to the stereo shop and just said, and Nate Dogg had just got one, so I could give me whatever Nate Dogg got,
Yep.
and he
Yeah.
takes us to the cool rad place to eat. Oh, this is so and so's house, right? The LA tour, man. You know what I mean?
100%.
Oh, let's go to West Beach. Rancid was recording Rancid
Yep.
2000. Dude, I never met anybody in my life, dude. And we're
Yeah.
fucking in the studio, and Rancid's gear's all set up. And I was like, I remember, I'm such a nerd, dude, because I would never tell these guys anything. I ran in there and I was like, touch the drums, dude. Fuck, I was like,
So awesome.
you know what I mean? I did all
Yeah.
that shit, dude. Like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, that was a mind.
It was a great time to be on
man.
Epitaph, too. And, like, one time at Jersey City, somebody stole our entire trailer full of gear in front of Top Friend's house.
Oh.
The whole trailer full of gear. Towed Epitaph, they bought us all new gear. All new shit like that.
That's incredible.
And
They're
like,
real, dude.
They were my Epitaph experience started in 99.
okay.
And my old roommate, when I first joined Sepultura, I went on a promo tour. And so we had to go like all around the world and talk to press and everything. And so we went to Amsterdam. And so that's where I met Marlena.
Yes, love Marlena.
Yeah.
dude,
And so
you're the
Marlena
best.
was,
Love Marlena.
used to work at Roadrunner, and then she started working
Oh.
at Epitaph. So she was living in a building where Epitaph had owned an apartment.
And bands
The
could stay
rooftop
there.
Bands could stay there.
We stayed there.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I lived there for 2
Wow.
years.
What?
Yeah.
What was the main dude's name? The blonde guy, the tall guy, the main guy that ran to her boss.
Oh my God, I can't
Hans?
remember his name. He
Hans?
was-
Another one. He's coming to all the shows and drinking all the
Yeah, yeah.
bands.
I can't remember.
He had like
his
blonde
name.
hair.
Russ?
I know who.
Yeah,
you're
Russ.
I just saw Russ.
Yes.
Russ came out with us for a week. We just went to Europe.
Wow.
Russell came out with us in the Souls
Russell.
for like
Russell.
a week.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's a
Russell's
sweetheart.
the best, dude.
Really
Sweetheart,
cool.
dude.
Really cool.
He's still just
all those guys
killing
in that
it, dude.
office were so funny, very cool in the
Oh, yeah.
Amsterdam office.
Yeah.
and those are the only people I knew.
No, Hein was the main guy, right? And
He's
he
the
looked
main
like he
guy.
looked like a James Bond villain.
Yeah.
He had like turtlenecks and that hair, you know.
Yeah, but Russell was amazing.
Yeah.
Romy, my friend Romy worked there.
It was great because I would see shows with her. She'd be like, come hang out. I was like, I don't know any of this band, but I'll come and watch. And it was the best
You
time.
could do laundry there and Slater, all that shit.
Yeah, man. It was a great. That place is so amazing now. Still,
Epitaph's
It's
still there,
incredible.
right? Still the office.
The office, I'm not sure, but
Okay.
I don't know about the apartment. It's like,
I won't
Yeah.
sell him out, but a former Epitaph employee taught me how to send hash home from the office in Amsterdam. I ain't selling him out though.
of course they did.
So now you're signed to Epitaph, and how so this
Dude,
is
it was just like
this is your second.
You know?
This would be your second album, right?
Yeah, Day of the Death.
Yeah.
And right leading up to that, man, it was just like around when Brett came out. Right after Brett came out and we said yes,
Yep.
the ink hadn't even dried. It was when the first time I learned about, oh shit, nobody knew we had signed yet, but they knew Brett had come to see us. So all these dudes started showing up to shows, and I was like, wait a second, like what, you know? And
Yeah.
like, you know, and we played the Cobalt Cafe up in
Yeah,
the
I know
valley,
the spot, yeah.
and I remember like. Tim Armstrong was at a show, probably not to sign us, but dude, he heard about us
Yeah.
before I knew him. Like I
Yeah.
was like, the dude from fucking Ranted's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And like Joe Sib showing up. And
Yeah.
like I was super into Wax, you know, and I didn't know
Yeah.
Joe yet. And I remember talking to him in the place, like, dude,
Yeah.
you know, like, I fucking love your band. And
Yeah.
it was a big discovery time for me. So we signed that deal, and I think the first tour we did after the ink was dry was Snapcase.
Great.
With Boy Sets Fire.
Great.
Yeah. Fire tour in the US.
That's
dude.
a big fucking tour, man.
Woo, North America.
What year would that be?
them.
Would that be like 2002?
2001.
2001, yeah.
You know, and God, we toured with everyone. Good Riddance took us around the planet, man.
I remember that. I remember
Dude,
seeing
we
you guys
toured
all
with them
together.
for years,
Yeah,
dude. It
man.
felt like we were on tour for like, you know, like
Yeah.
half of our band's existence. And dude, I will say Good Riddance and AFI and Sick of It All taught us, I think, like the young us.
The Ways of the Road.
Yeah, they were some of the first people we met,
Yeah.
and they just taught us how to be good people, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like at home, dude, like I interpreted punk, I think, way differently than punkers I met in bands. I thought it was real. So I know, like, first few years of our band, some people kind of kept a distance because they're like, dude, this guy's a fucking asshole. Dude, I was thrashing shit, bro. I was I was fucking shit up. We'd play
Yeah.
shows and like so many venues, dude, don't come back because I would clown in the bar and fucking throw beers.
Wow, you wildin'
My
out.
friends were fucking crazy back home, man. We were
Yeah.
punkers for real, dude.
Yeah.
We got kicked out of everywhere. I was like, punk. And then I was like, then I'm like, yes, my favorite band. This dude must be like us.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not. You
And
know
then
what I
you
mean?
mean like all professional and chill?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like, Lisa Johnson told me because I remember in like
Shout out to Lisa Johnson, great photographer.
Yeah, and one of my greatest friends. In 2003, I remember she shot us, and it was my first time meeting her. And I'm like, oh, she's like Lisa Johnson,
Dope
Jesus.
photographer.
Like the legend, you know. And I couldn't believe it. And it was for Kerrang, you know, our first
Yeah.
time Kerrang. And then I remember years and years later, we had been friends for years, but there was a period of time I didn't really know her. I always saw her, and I'm like, how come we never hung out? And she's all, because you were like Minnie Fletcher.
Wow.
She's like, I didn't want to fucking hang out with you. You know, like I was
Yeah.
all, you know, like
You were
we
wild.
We were wild, man.
Yeah.
But those bands taught us.
Yeah.
Like, dude, okay,
Be professional.
yeah. And so we realized, oh, this is real. Because, dude, when I was in high school, I believed in punk. I didn't think the planet would be existing in 2021.
Yeah.
I thought all those songs were real, dude. Yeah, the world destruction, your life ain't nothing, or whatever, you know, all that bullshit. I thought that shit was real, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so they taught us how to be good human beings, man. And
That's
like,
awesome.
treat people good. And
Be there on time. Be professional. Play all that stuff.
Totally,
Yeah.
and
Don't
just-
destroy the backstage.
oh, yeah.
Don't
and
shit what you eat.
totally.
Yeah.
Although it did take me some years, like I was wild for a long time, and we definitely like I feel so many years later, I'm so grateful that I'm friends with a lot of promoters that were like, you're never fucking playing here ever again. And I was just like, you fucking knocked over 5 tables, ran across the bar, kicked 12 drinks off the bar. But hey, you know what, dude? Like, it kind of like people kept coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was wild those first few tours. But yeah, so that first run was
Did
wild.
Brett produce the album too?
No, that was a Paul Miner produced record.
Okay,
so what
bet.
we did with
That's
that
awesome.
advance is we went and bought gear for Paul.
That's so
he-
cool, man.
Yeah,
Right.
and it was right when people went digital. So we did the drums at the studio for the record where he was an intern. And it was right when Pro Tools came out. And there was also Digital Performer, which we didn't know anything. Which is going to be the one? Let's buy Digital Performer.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it got Paul off the ground. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And he did our record like that. And Brett
Awesome.
just didn't. Dude, he had zero input. He just do your thing, man.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and he let us gave us our voice, and
Awesome.
and it helped us kind of. I think that helped us kind of find our voice a little more.
Yeah.
And experiment more and grow, and then we toured with fucking everyone on that record.
You do the Warped
dude.
Tour then too, or no?
That was 02.
Okay, I'll do yeah.
So at the end of that cycle, so we toured our asses off. We went to Europe for the first time, which was with Good Riddance.
Sick.
That was incredible. I mean, like our first time in Europe is all, 800 kids, 1,000 kids. Dude,
Yeah.
we're so fucking lucky, man. And
Were you not working jobs? You only doing music at that time?
yeah, we're 28 months a year, dude.
great, yeah.
And I'd come home like everybody. I'd have side hustles here and there.
Yeah.
I was a street promoter guy.
Sick.
Oh,
Street
right.
team guys, promoter. I remember Brett.
Street
See,
teams.
right when I got signed, I was still doing that, dude. And
Dope.
I saw Brett walking into a show, and I remember him being like, "What are you doing?" And and I go, "Dude, I'm literally promoting Epitaph shit right now." And he's all,
Wow.
"Wow!" And I thought, it was a cool connection,
Yeah, it's like this motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I met Voodoo Glow Skulls for the first time and met Downset in person because I was promoting in front of the Tattoo the Earth tour that
Yep.
you played.
I remember-
I saw you, yeah. And
I remember that.
I know nobody, dude.
Downset.
Promoting, and I saw all these Epitaph artists, and I was like, oh shit, you're the Voodoo Glow Skulls, and like it's weird, man.
Yeah.
So I was that guy. And then we toured, and I handed out flyers between tours, man. Put up posters. I was the guy in L.A., the guys that shove the posters to the top of the street lights and all that. Like those gnarly bombers. I was one of those dudes, man.
Wow, man.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Hip-hop records. I did Wu-Tang campaigns. I was a street dude, man.
That's awesome.
And,
So important. back
Stay
in the day,
hustling,
man.
yeah,
yeah,
man.
Super.
and I piggybacked, like that first DBS record, dude. I wheat pasted shit all the way from the Valley to fucking San Diego on my own, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. And sometimes I would like put my mountain bike on the bus rack and take the bus down to the beach and then ride down fucking Beach Boulevard.
Wow,
Wheat paste,
man.
wheat backpack. I hustled, dude. Hard.
Super fucking DIY. Man. I love it, man.
I made sure everybody knew who we fucking were, man. And
I love that, man.
yeah, people at Revelation taught me a lot about all this stuff. The sales manager at Rev at the time was Maurice Torres, who ended up being my bandmate in Manic Hispanic. He taught me how to advance shows. Like all these people, dude, I learned something from each person,
Yeah.
From
along the way.
From my friend Dennis Louie and my friend Dave Leon at this coffee house I'd go to shows at. They showed me like you put a guy at the door, collect the money. They showed I learned from everybody, dude.
Yeah.
And so all that DIY stuff, dude, between 98 and 2002, we played from everyone from fucking Converge to Adam and His Package to fucking pop punk bands to,
Yeah.
and then fucking Bad Religion shows started happening, dude. And you remember when you got on Epitaph, you got to get in that loop?
Yeah, man.
God, we played Bad Religion fucking 100 times, dude.
That was probably a dream for you, man.
It's my life dream, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, dude? Like, dude, I literally had no direction. I was going fucking nowhere. None of my friends, dude, none of my friends were anything. Punkers, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Burnouts, whatever. We all just had jobs. 'Cause I
Pizza
figured,
Hut.
yeah, Pizza Hut, and I'd probably like, and not saying anything, dude. Like, no shame in the game, dude. Like, I still work, but like,
Yeah.
dude, like, I would have only worked. Whatever I fell into, somebody would, oh, hey man, I'm teaching you how to do window tinting, or you be a plumber, whatever the hustle was. You know what I mean? Like, dude, so I'm around the planet. I'm learning all this stuff. I'm writing my mom so many letters, calling my brother up from the payphone everywhere.
So
like,
cool, man.
so eye-opening, man.
They're super proud of you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool,
man.
And
yeah.
I got to do all the shit that like my dad could never do. And so a lot of the shit to me was like I kind of like had this mission after a certain point, and it can't really tie it into my writing and through that epitaph that like I'm going to go everywhere and do every fucking thing my dad could never fucking do.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause my fucking best friend, dude.
Did he come see you play? Remember the first time we saw you play?
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, he came to see my couple of my little kid bands.
But how about DBS though?
He wasn't alive. I'm sorry. He
Oh,
passed in
man.
'93. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But he
Sorry,
saw me get my diploma.
That's great.
That was a big deal for him, dude. It was a big deal. I remember
Yeah.
getting out of the fucking noontime, fucking walking to the payphone, hanging out with one of my fucking burnout homies, you know, and fucking put the what was it, a dime or 20 cents?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, what's up? Usually, I would come home, walk in the door, close the door to go into my room, slam the door, and play records real loud. And I'd hear one thing every day when I got home. I'd walk in the door, and my dad would go, I bet you're the only kid in school with no homework today, huh? And I'd look at my dad, and I'd go, yep. And I'd go in my room, put on a record. Yeah, you know? But, like, it was awesome, man. But
What about your mom? She saw you guys?
Oh yeah, my mom's seen us a million
Okay,
times.
sick,
you know,
sick.
It's harder for her to come out to shows these days. Our parents are getting older. You
Were
know,
they together when she passed?
yes,
That's
absolutely.
amazing,
They would
man.
still be together today.
That's amazing.
My
man.
mom is forever in love with my dad. My mom is my whole
fucking
world.
awesome.
She's the queen. you
That
know?
that's like her first. That's a real love, right?
Oh, my mom's one true love, dude.
Yeah, see my mom
Her first.
too. When my
That's
dad
dope,
died.
dude.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to fucking Rad Family Crew. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Then my dad died. That's my mom's only. My mom tried to be other dudes, but that's a real everything for sure.
exactly. And
Yeah.
like growing up, like kids could come to my house and hang because my parents were cool like
They
that.
were cool like that, yeah.
You know, like although my dad did not like the punk rock thing. He did not like where this was
Didn't
going.
understand it, right?
No, not at all. You know, and he only understood work.
Yeah.
He did tell me he had.
So he
gave
instilled
me a
it in
guitar-
you that work ethic.
Absolutely, and he gave me a
100%.
guitar that he had, and he just had it. I still have it. It's an old flamenco guitar he got somewhere in Mexico. There's black and white pictures of him holding it. He's like, I tried to learn. I always wanted to be a singer. I would write poems for your mom, and he would always listen to crooners. So you know, I listen to a lot of oldies and crooners. You know, but he just didn't get what I was getting into, and was like, oh, shut that goddamn noise off. You know. And so we didn't get along in that aspect.
Yeah.
There was a big clash between us, but fuck, we were bros, dude, you know?
Yeah, man.
But my mom at first did not get it, but supported it no matter what. And I remember taking my mom to the Roxy to see me play with Bad Religion on the Process of Belief record release show, dude. Took my mom to the Roxy and I put her in a booth, you know?
Tight.
Put my brother in there, fucking Brett Gerwitz, same booth, bro.
Wow.
And I was all... I'm kind of deep into my Epitaph time by that point. I'm fucking feeling myself really hard too. And I put my mom there, and I'll never forget Brett going, "This is your mom?" And I'm like, "Yes, Brett. I would really like to introduce you to my mom. And this is Andrea." And she meets Brett, and they shake hands, and my mom goes, "I know you." And he looked at her, and she's like, "Oh, I had to listen to you for years." That's what she said. And we all started laughing, but I was like, whoa, my mom's
cool.
dope.
Yeah.
She'll tell people what she thinks. But my mom is really creative, she was a really liberal, outspoken person for being from Mexico in the era that she was from.
Yeah.
And she was sort of an outcast in her situation and a really ahead of her time woman.
Yeah.
Really ahead of her time. And outspoken, got a job young, peace out. You know what I mean? Really went against the grain. Was never, I never went to church growing up ever. Maybe when I was baptized. We're Mexican, you know?
Yeah.
But I went when I was a really little kid, and my parents were like, nope. And my mom really had a lot to do with the way I look at the world and the way I write lyrics and what I believe in and what I don't believe in.
Love that, man.
Yeah, you know, because she would tell me, like, you could believe in whatever you want to believe in. You know, my parents would tell me, don't go do some weird shit. You know, like you know, there was hardcore bands that would play at churches, and I'd get invited to shows. And my parents were concerned about that. Not that they didn't want me to believe in God, but they were like, don't do this because it's cool. Don't do this because of these bands. You know what I mean? Wait, find your path, you know, and find your path to God or not to God, you know, and that shaped everything. Because my mom would tell me, she goes, when I was a little girl, I lived in a house and the roads were dirt and the floor was dirt. I didn't have a TV till I was 25.
Wow.
We're from Mexico. You know,
Yeah.
she's like, it was not easy. And she goes, then I would go to church as a little girl, and what would the nuns do? Smack you on the knuckles. And she goes, and I would sit in this room and look at all this gold and everybody giving them the money. And she goes, when I was a little girl, it connected. This is wrong. And this isn't God.
Right.
And church is the world. church is the sky, the beauty,
Wow,
whatever. You
man.
know what I mean? So like she's like, you don't need to go to a church to pray.
I respect that, man.
You know, so that's kind of what I grew
Definitely.
up kind of knowing. You know,
Yeah.
you know, and my dad was somewhat religious, but he also really believed in some Mexican fucking. You know what I mean? So we always
Yeah.
had weird little things in the car, a couple things
Yeah.
of garlic in the car, little trinkets, you know? So I kind of grew up with a little bit of everything. A lot of Mexicans do that, dude. They got backup.
Yeah.
They, you know,
Yeah.
they go to the church and pray to all the saints, and then they go pray to a couple extra saints the church doesn't really talk about and cover all the bases, you know?
Yeah.
But
I love
so-
it's such a multicultural, growing up music, everything about your life.
dude,
It's awesome, man.
It's weird, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was a searcher, man, you know, searching for music. So that influenced a lot of those records and my opinions. And I kind of wanted to tell the world about my dad and my mom and where our family's from and what families have to go through to get to be here.
Yeah.
My parents went through incredibly tough shit, man. You know, my dad went through crazy shit to be here. So, you know, I really wanted to express that.
Through the music and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and when we made that first Epitaph record, to me, it felt like my chance to tell the whole world that, hey, like, I'd rather be this is in a period of time when Slayer wasn't a household name or as popular as they are now. They're very popular, but not like now. I would always say, I'd rather be Slayer than like the coolest band right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'd rather be unknown, but still be around in fucking
Right.
20 years and be
Yeah.
me. And I want to be the guy that is a siren song for other ugly kids. You know, and I never talked shit on pop punk bands or any bands like that, because I love pop punk, but a pop punk guy. But I would always say, dude, singing about chicks is for those bands. I want to fucking sing about issues. And because of my family story and all that, it led me into being very issue based.
Yeah.
And it got deeper and deeper and deeper with the writing. And that carried me through that Epitaph record. We fucking saw a lot of the planet. And then by that time, we were fucking selling records, you know? And we're
Yeah.
like, holy fucking, the CD, what do they call it? The CD boom?
Yes.
I think I remember Jeff Abarta saying that from Epitaph, the CD boom.
Yeah.
And who's still my, Jeff Abarta.
Jeff rules, yeah.
Who was the A&R guy, still at
okay.
Epitaph. I still, to this day, I bounce tunes off him, man.
That's cool,
Tony,
man.
This is cool, man. You know?
Is he still over there?
Yeah.
Remember Dave Hansen too?
Oh, yeah, Dave Hansen's somewhere else now, but he's rad.
Yeah, he was my dude there for a long time. Yeah. Yeah.
But then we made our second record, and that just took us to another plateau,
level, right?
into the Valley of Death. It came out in 2003.
Yep.
We did Warped Tour leading into that to set it up, which took us to another, like, you know, and it
Warped
was...
Tour is such a game changer for bands, man.
Oh, yeah.
It may be a pain in the ass, like not know what time you play until you wake up that
dude,
morning at
it's
10
rough.
a.m. You don't get your
It's
set time
rough.
till every morning you wake up. So like it's 10 a.m. Check in with team, see what time you play.
Dude.
You can play at noon or at 11. You don't even know. Like
Or at the
doesn't
same
matter how big
time,
you
no
are.
effects.
No, it's like it's really equal like that.
Everybody just goes on when they go on. You're like, fuck, we're playing at the same
But
time
you
as
get
Bad
to play to
Religion.
an audience you never play.
Totally.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer.
I remember being in some parking lot in fucking Texas somewhere, and the way they had it in that lot, like I could see Bad Religion playing on their stage, and
While you
hear
guys are
them
playing?
super loud while we're on our Vulcan stage, facing them on the other side
Like,
of
come
the
on,
lot.
that dude's label. What the fuck's going
No,
on?
exactly. And I was like, oh, whatever, bro.
Right.
But yeah, it
That happens.
yeah. But and then by 2003, man, it was incredible.
Yeah.
we were on a roll, and
Full time touring, everything, right?
Yeah, we were getting tour after tour. We couldn't
great.
fucking believe it,
Yeah.
dude. Big fucking tours,
You're a great
man.
frontman too. He's a really great, energetic,
that. Thank you.
awesome frontman.
And we've played together 1,000 times, dude.
Bunch of times.
And I joke with Rusty about that sometimes. The last time I saw him, I was like, hey, man, you want to have a slamming show in Germany? H2O and Death by Stereo.
Yeah.
They always call us, dude. Like,
It's true.
It's always those
It's true.
random
We
one-offs.
play more together overseas though. It's
I
crazy.
know, dude. Way more.
I know.
But
we
yeah.
have to change it up when we start touring again for sure.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait.
So 2005 is Death for Life, and that's on Epitaph.
That was our last record on Epitaph.
Okay. So you
that-
did 2 on Epitaph.
We did 3.
Wow. Okay, we did 2.
Day
okay.
of the Death,
Okay.
Into the Valley of Death,
Okay.
then Death for
A
Life.
lot of death, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Death for Life would be our heaviest record. We just got really dark and way more metal. And Dan, the lineup had changed, and Dan was still playing guitar. Dan joined the band like a year after we started.
Yeah.
And he just took us in this really heavy, super metal direction. I was listening to Against non-fucking stop.
Got
bro,
you.
While we were doing that. Non-fucking stop. I was listening
Wow.
to a couple of your records
That's
non-stop
so
at
cool.
that time, dude. Yeah.
That's
dude,
when I joined. Yeah.
Dude, you fucking are one of the people I feel like I can kind of relate to in the way that there's Most bands have the screamy guy and the singing guy, and you're both of those guys.
Oh, thank you, man, for
And
recognizing
that's where
that.
I'm at.
Right
That's
on,
where I'm
man.
at, dude. You know what I
That's
mean?
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
That is awesome.
And and I love a lot of those bands, but I'm always just like, man,
Yeah.
I want the singer to just fucking sing, bro. You know what I mean? So I really tried to push myself
That's
in
awesome.
both of those directions on that record, as fucking melodic as I could be and as metal as I could be. And me and Dan, our guitar player Dan, we talked about your records a lot, dude. It's crazy, man.
That's so cool. man. I
A
had
lot,
no
dude. We
idea.
reference them all the time.
Right.
Like,
That was the first one you were on against?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was that?
99.
Okay.
Oh no. No, it was 98.
It was earlier.
Yeah,
yeah.
98.
Had a tremendous influence when you joined Sepultura. I always loved Sepultura. I have Refuse Resist across my back, bro. I did nerd out time right now.
Really?
You do?
Across my whole back it says Refuse Resist. You can't see it through all the hair, but
Oh,
my
shit,
God.
son.
dude, your band is my.
And he didn't even know you were going to be here today.
I had no
That's
idea. Dude.
amazing,
That's so
man.
You guys,
That's cool.
Bad Religion, Adolescence, Slayer really shaped me. You know,
That's cool, man.
You know, and then when you joined Sepultura, it was like, dude, this is like me. This is what's in my head. You know,
Wow.
So
That's so
our
cool.
our most metal record was so many years of listening to you guys, and it just built up. And also, I was super into Fear Factory.
Yeah.
Right,
still
right.
am. But
Machine Head, was that one of the bands back then?
Machine
yeah,
Head,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
They're another
I mean, Fear
Roadrunner.
Factory was part of that whole world, yeah.
Fear Factory I was focused on because I was into them since the Krusty days, you know what I mean, and the Backyard days, and
Right.
and but we got super metal on that record, and at the time I remember it was like this big build up at Epitaph, and I don't think it did what they thought it was going to do, and we didn't think it did what we thought it was going to do, and we were changing. We had just gotten with Sanctuary with Nick John,
Yeah.
and it was us and Mastodon were like the new Sanctuary bands.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then
Did you feel pressure to make that record?
I did.
Yeah.
We had, you know what? And fuck, man, before we made that record, to be honest with you, I'm so grateful for Epitaph, and I don't mean this in any way that they didn't knock it out of the park on that record, because internationally it was our biggest record.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So not in the U.S., you know,
Okay.
and but dude, labels started fucking hitting us up, dude.
Wow.
You know, and they're
Really?
like, yeah, boom, 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 but nobody would go as far as to buy us out. And I remember playing, we got into that whole new arena of people through Sanctuary, and Nick John, dude, the best dude, you know, like, dude, he got us in front of fucking everybody, and he had just gotten that Mastodon deal, and those guys, he ended up segueing us from touring with Bad Religion and Pennywise to, we segued into Avenged Sevenfold, which I remember seeing you in Avenged Sevenfold. We played.
Yeah, I know those guys, yeah.
And then to Mastodon, Slipknot, and that world, and we got a lot heavier. But then we did a lot of that touring, and it was just like, you know what, man, we did better in punk rock, and I feel like we wasted a lot of time. It wasn't wasted to me because it was a fantasy for me to play with all these bands.
Yeah, it's great.
But in the punk world, we stuck out, and we would
Yeah.
play with Pennywise, and we were the crazy heavy band, the metal band of punk bands. You know, we're more aligned with Suicidal, I guess, or somebody like that,
Yeah.
crossover, DRI or whatever.
Yeah.
And we would crush, and then we're playing with these metal bands, and we're like, we're getting annihilated every night, dude. We're not that heavy.
Wow.
We're not that heavy. We were heavy on Epitaph.
Wow.
Some metal bands we could tour with, and it's
Right.
gangbusters because it's a lot of fans in common and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you guys, or like you know what I mean,
Yeah,
or like
totally
more
know
thrashy
what you
bands. But dude, we went on tour with Soulfly, and dude, it was the raddest fucking tour. But dude, that era, dude, that was then we segued out of it because dude, I'll never forget, slamming tour after slamming tour. Last day of the Soulfly tour, and those dudes were so cool to us, man. They're just like, these poor motherfuckers have been slugging it out on this tour, dude.
Wow.
Giving it their all every night, and fucking just to this, you
Right,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Soulfly. And fucking the last night, we're playing the fucking Marquee in, is that Phoenix or Tempe
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
something?
that's their
Yeah,
home.
hometown,
Yeah.
right? Slam line. We're like, last day of the tour, and I remember we're on stage, and it's just, you know, and I'm just like, fuck. And then the whole time I'm like, man, I fucking love this band. In my head, I'm like, I'm having the best time. I get to see this music I love every fucking night. You know what? Fuck everybody here.
Yes.
And I went on stage, we start playing, and some fucking dude in the crowd throws a full water bottle, nails our drummer Todd right in the fucking face.
I love
in a
Todd.
quiet
I love
area.
Todd.
Yeah.
No, you know,
Sweet
3
guy.
songs in,
Yeah.
crickets. And I'm fucking going as hard as I
Oh, yeah.
fucking can, you know. It nails him, and I see him all, And I turn around, it bounces, and I fucking catch it. I jumped off the barrier and fucking mashed the dude's fucking face with the bottle in my hand.
Wow.
Boom, right? Then
You
all
saw
these-
him. He was, wow.
Oh, yeah. Dude, smashed him. And then all these people around him were like, fuck you, fuck you. Yeah. Starts turning this thing. And people, half the crowd has no idea why the singer just jumped off and hit this dude. And then the band's still in the middle of the song. And then I start seeing the band catch it. Then dude start throwing shit at me.
The whole crowd
And then I
does.
jump on the stage and I'm all, fuck you, motherfucker. And the band's still playing. I'm okay, fucking playing. Fuck these fools. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You cool, fuck you. And then I'm all, bring it. Bring the fucking hate. And the crowd is showering us with trash and the plastic beer bottles. Oh yeah, and Soulfly crew, everybody's on the side of the stage like
freaking out.
Yeah, like what the fuck? And what are these guys doing? And then the band's kind of looking at me mad, and Dan's like, "What are you doing?" And everyone's dodging bottles and shit. And then he's kind of catches, starts laughing. The song ends. I'm all right. We've got 4 more songs. Super's just talking. People are like screaming, booing. End of the fucking thing. Our friend Brian was doing merch. Somebody get Brian the fuck out of there. And I run to the dressing room, see Gloria and the whole camp, and I'm like, thank you so much. We are so fucking grateful for this tour. We literally have to leave. I think we're gonna get fucking murdered by your fans.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going, what the fuck, you know? And they're like, okay, like later. We just jumped in our van.
Did you fuck with the merch guy too? Did you fuck with the merch guy?
Dude, he was alone out there, dude.
Oh, man.
So, but we bounced. It was great. It was fucking awesome, dude. But like, we still play with metal bands, but that was the end of us.
My hero band, man. I would
That's
seriously,
amazing.
if I was at that show, I'd be like, "That's what's cool. That's what's
Wow.
up." Yo,
That's a great way to end a tour too.
Oh
Fuck.
yeah, just fucking,
Oh, man.
dude. And I've gone back to the Marquee a bunch of times with
Did you ever
punk
play with
bands.
Soulfly again?
Only at festivals.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're all mad cool, obviously.
Yeah,
I always
yeah,
see
yeah.
Mark and everybody, and Chow when he was doing
Rizzo,
it.
Chow.
Wow.
Chow was my
Chow is
dude,
my
man.
dude.
Chow's
Yeah.
my dude too, man.
man.
Fuck yeah.
Zero tolerance, dude.
That's right.
John
ZT.
Mack. He used to be my
ZT.
roommate in Jersey City.
He played Maximum Penalty too.
And Zero Tolerance.
yeah,
Nice.
no,
Eric
Zero
Rice.
Tolerance, dude.
CT.
John Mack used to live in my house with me in Jersey City. He was one of my
That's
roommates.
so awesome, man.
Dude,
John
Dan
Mack,
Palmer
love
brought,
you.
I think it was a flyer or something, a Zero Tolerance
But
thing
that-
for Johnny to sign at the Viper Room
Oh,
one
that's
night.
cool.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, that's fucking cool that you stuck to your guns. You stuck on stage. I've seen that happen with bands that like Systems of a Down, for example.
Right.
We toured with them. They were opening. Then we played, and then Slayer. Slayer
That's
fans.
tough, man.
It was tough. It was their first tour, and they were wearing makeup.
Oh my
And so
Serious,
Slayer
dude?
fans were like,
What?
he was in Europe, and they were just like every night brutal. Slayer, Slayer,
Oh,
Slayer,
God,
Slayer.
that's so rough.
And it was just like, oh man, they would come out, ow, and people were just like, you fucking suck.
Yes, dude. Yeah, dude, that's great. That's great.
And they were just like, oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry about that. I
That's
mean to
okay.
pull back.
Joe Ovation was sorry.
Joe,
Derek got
I'm
excited.
so sorry. But
Okay,
then
okay.
they were like,
Go
pull.
louder, guys.
But they kept going.
Yeah.
Every show they come out and they'd be like, you know what? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you.
Exactly.
And they would just
Punk
keep
rock.
playing, keep playing. I was like, I
love
love
System
you
of a
guys,
Down,
man. I was like, this is great. Love that first album. It was, a learning experience, I think, for them, but it was great to see them because they love Slayer. They
yeah.
love being on stage, and they
What's
just
not
It's
to
a
love?
hard band to open up for.
What's
I
it's
can't
not
a
imagine.
hard band to open up
What's
for.
not
They
to
didn't
love?
care. They didn't
What's not to
care.
love?
They didn't care. And
Yeah.
then Slayer gave them a lot of love, and they were great guys, and they just stuck to it, and you see what happens.
You just,
know?
I know you've both felt it. You play that show when you're just weathering the storm.
Yeah.
You're trying to get through that set, and so many days in.
It could be
and, you're-
brutal,
and, I,
man.
and I'm always just like, one more,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You're just
Everybody's
weathering the
feeling
storm.
it,
You're just,
yeah.
ugh. But yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
Oh, my God.
So we made that record, and we still toured with metal bands, but then we kind of focused back more on touring with punk bands. But
Yeah.
we oddly made a pseudo metal record. Our next pseudo Epitaph kind of. I know they really shifted focus too at that time. I remember the Souls for a period left, and
Yeah.
Pennywise, and things were different, and the music scene changed. Remember there was that dip for a
Yeah,
while.
man.
Like
Yeah.
shows were tough, dude.
Yeah.
And then we ended up making a record for Serge on
Oh.
Serge's label, on
Nice.
Surgical Strike. Yeah, we did that with him while he was doing that, and whatever year that was, 2000 something, and then we did a lot of touring on that, and I think we just felt really lost.
Yeah.
Then
That can happen.
yeah, and we kind of lost our way, and shows were kind of weird, and
So there were not many breaks like with your touring cycle, right? It was like album, tour,
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Grinding, man.
yeah.
That was the shit in the 90s,
Oh
man.
yeah, writing
Early
that Surge
2000s,
record
sorry.
though was a big deal for us because that was the first time we took an extended amount of time off to write that record. We wrote that record with Jason Freeze.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Yeah,
Which one's this? The
Death Is My Only Friend. It's out of print.
yeah, Death of My Friend.
Out of print in the States. But,
That's 2009 it
which
came out,
we're-
right?
Yeah, which Serge is trying to get it back out. Which
Okay.
so but we wrote that with Jason Freeze. That was a whole new experience working with a songwriter. We'd
Yeah.
never done that.
Okay.
We learned a lot.
No
Took us
relation to Josh Freeze, correct?
it's his brother.
Wow.
Yeah, Jason plays
I
in
was
Green
just
Day.
gonna ask that
I know,
too.
yeah, it's okay.
Jason's like the go-to guy
Okay,
for
bet.
keyboard, sax, accordion.
It's
He
like the
played- he
Minor
played-
Brothers. Like the Minor Brothers.
Exactly.
Okay.
He plays in Green Day. He was in
Okay.
Goo Dolls, Jewel,
Sick.
Joe Walsh. He's that dude.
Jewel the singer?
And he's
wow.
He-
Fucking love Jewel.
Oh yeah, that was like one of his
Wow.
first gigs. And he's a Fullerton guy too.
Okay.
So
Nice.
locals, you
Yeah.
know, and his brother was in the Vandals, so the punk scene.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we wrote that record with him. That was a really cool experience, and I think that expanded us. And then we were really lost. Shit wasn't going very well. And then Fletcher reined us in because Fletcher from Pennywise
Yeah.
had a label for a while called Viking Funeral, and so Fletcher put out our next record. And on that record, I feel like we kind of really found punk rock again. We were still a thrash band, but we kind of found our roots again. And that was us starting, I feel like, to rebuild and really find ourselves again writing wise. And
How long did it take you to do that album?
that was 2012. It took us a couple years, man. It was a
Okay,
lot-
so you took
That's
some
the Black
time.
Sheep of the American
Yeah.
Dream?
Yeah, Black Sheep
That's
of
a
the
cool
American
name.
Dream.
Black
Yeah.
Sheep of the American Dream.
That was the first
like
title we had that didn't have death or dying.
Yeah.
or
Right,
dead.
right.
It was like a theme, you know?
And that
Yeah, I
was
like
the
that.
longest time that you took to do an album.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And also because we toured on and off in between, but then everybody in the band started joining other bands and doing
okay.
a lot of touring. So, and then there was a period of time where I just wasn't touring a lot with any band, and I was just tour managing people for a while, you
Okay.
know, and we were doing stuff in between. And we made that record. We did some touring on it, and I think it really kind of like, oh, this is our direction.
Okay.
And then a few years had to go by again because of everybody's lives and being in different bands. And then we made an EP with a German label called Concrete Jungle Records. That
I know that.
yes, who we met through the Adolescents, who
Okay.
who we share a drummer with, and Soto's the brother,
Rest in peace, Soto,
my
man.
brother. And
I love your love for the Adolescents.
oh, dude,
I need to do a deep dive of them. I'm not. I know some
dude.
songs. I'm not the biggest.
Come on,
Bro.
man.
No, I'm sorry, being honest.
we're gonna do some. I'll make you a playlist.
Okay, bet. Okay, okay.
There's no finer punk band.
okay.
So
I love. They love them, man.
It's
great.
my shit. But yeah, so we did that and we really found our way. Then we made this EP, and then we noticed like a jump with the EP. Like,
Nice.
okay, people are feeling
Okay.
the writing a little more, and I think it was more us.
Right.
Like we weren't, not like we were trying to be something we weren't,
Yeah.
but we were just trying new things and
Yeah.
I love that.
pushing things to the extremes of writing, whether people liked it or not.
Yes.
I love that
A
too.
lot of them
Yeah.
did not like those records.
Definitely a good
But-
direction. Yeah.
Right. But then we came back with this next full length after that EP, the last one we just did last year,
Yep.
which is We're All Dying Just in Time.
Is that? Yeah, that came out already, right? That came
Yeah,
out.
it just
okay.
came out in 2020
Okay.
during the pandemic. And to me, dude, here we are, like this fucking us, dude. You know, and
Yeah.
like we're really,
Great feeling.
yeah.
So how long was
this
that
is
gap?
us.
How long was that gap between the last one?
Fucking 2015, dude.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, Dan, our guitarist Dan, plays in a band called Fear No Empire, another band called Zebrahead.
I know
Yeah,
Zebrahead.
Zebrahead.
Yeah.
You and Zebrahead are bros. I know you got. Well, Ed's just like one of my best bros. All those guys. Allie.
Wow.
We knew each other from OC,
Okay.
being younger, and punk scene and all that.
Right.
And so our guitar player plays in Zebrahead,
That's so cool.
and our other guitarist plays in a few bands. He plays in Austrian Death Machine. Remember them? The
I
the
don't.
I
metal
remember
band.
that name.
I don't.
Tim Lambesis' other band, the Joke Band. Every
Okay.
song's about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sick.
I need your
I think I
boots,
need to-
your clothes, your motorcycle. All the
my
lines.
God.
Yeah.
I
And
might have
talk,
to
and-
look this
and
up.
another similarity you guys both have. You replaced a singer in a band that has already been established.
Yeah.
And
And
he's
I've
done-
done
he's-
it twice.
He's done that with Voodoo Glow Skulls and Manic
Manic-
Hispanic.
Voodoo Glow Skulls.
And
Yes.
how is that? I mean, what is that?
Oh, dude, it's so fucking awesome, dude. Like,
Because you're in a band with people that you obviously Death by
I'm a
Stereo is
fan
your
of.
family.
Yeah.
These are also your family, your friends, but it's like it's a different thing. You just jump into
oh
a
yeah,
band.
and I'm straight up Voodoo fan, man. I saw them
Yeah.
at parties. I saw them at like DIY shows.
Yeah.
in the scene. They're in the scene.
Yeah.
Z.
Yeah, it's.
Yo.
I don't
Those
know
guys-
how Eddie can make his right hand do that.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Voodoo Glow Skull story.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes,
Oh, man.
yes, please.
Yeah.
On the same plane, flying to play a show, I think, with Anthrax in Europe and Spain, and our bass tech and our front house guy
Yeah.
are getting wasted on the plane with Voodoo Glow Skull.
Oh,
in the
that's
back.
great.
They drank everything on the plane pretty much on the cart and
Wow.
everything. And then our crew guys, like the front house guy
Yeah.
and bass tech, proceeded to berate the crew and the people on the plane.
Oh no.
The entire flight, people were pissed. I wasn't on this flight. It was a different flight. My other band members told me. Plane stopped, got to Spain or wherever, and then they're like, oh, everybody's staying in their seats. The police are going to come on. And they ended up arresting, I think, somebody in Voodoo.
Wait, I have to ask him
Wow.
about it. No way.
and our sound guy and our bass tech, and people were applauding.
Voodoo used to
They're
wild
like,
out.
yeah! Like,
when they
get
pulled
it-
them off,
yeah,
they pulled them off the
on
plane.
the
I love it
plane.
so much.
And I was like,
I have to
oh
ask him.
my God.
I have to ask him
You saw him
about
get
that.
escorted off the plane.
This is what I was told from my other band
Wow,
members. And I got to the
man.
show. I was like, what's going on? They're like, no sound guy. And
It's
no.
so funny now because now all we do is like smoke pot and go to like antique stores and like fucking get up early. I heard there's a waterfall in this town. You know, early.
Got to figure out who it was, but it was like, it was
Wow.
hilarious, I guess.
I promise you I will ask about that.
yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
So how long you been in Voodoo Glow Skulls for now?
Now almost 4 years now.
Wow.
I Crazy Tom and Monty from DFL.
Yep.
We're at my old pad in Hollywood, and they came over and we had like a fire pit and we're just hanging out, catching up, and they were like, "Yo, did you hear Frank quit Voodoo Glow Skulls?" And I was like, "Nah, man, that sucks." You know, and I was like, "That fucking sucks." And they're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Yo." Like it was Tom. He goes, I oddly think you'd be a good fit for that band. And I was like, really? And he goes, dude, it would just work. You should hit him up. And I'm like, I don't know, you know. But they had always been so kind to us over the years when we run into each other, play each other a couple times. That I actually, because we had talked about it, I wrote Frank's the old singer that quit. I wrote Eddie, his brother, and I was like, yo, man, like, I hope you guys are cool. If you get it back together, let's fucking do some shows or something, man. How has this not happened like more than it has, you know?
Right,
Come
right.
on, man. And, you know, and he wrote me back, and me and him and George were talking too, and we just all started going back and forth, and then it turned into like, we think we just want to fill out our obligations. And I was like, well, fuck
Wow.
it. If
Okay.
you need a fill-in, I'll do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. So
I
and then
got
it
you.
turned into, hey, come try out.
Wow.
And then he sends me like 23 songs. And I'm like, what?
And
So-
where were you at your life at that point with Death by Stereo?
Yeah.
Semi busy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Death by Stereo, I think could have got busier, but Dan was so busy with Zebrahead 2 that I was
Yeah.
like, I think I can make this work. And Manic just kind of happens when it happens.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I just went for it, dude. I just hammered those songs into my brain,
Damn,
dude.
man.
Every time a song would come in, an old song would leave, you know?
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know how it
yeah.
is. You learn phenomenally more songs than me, dude.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of songs.
Right. So I went in with my book of lyrics, and
Yeah.
they were. I think they were just kind of like, "Wow, shit, this dude gives a
Prepare-
shit."
yeah, he gives-
And
yeah.
I fucking went in there and just hammered through the set with them. Bah, 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 bah. And so we went on tour, and we went to Canada for fucking 40 days.
That's amazing.
Something like
That was your
40
first run
Yeah.
with them?
Oh yeah, dude. We were friends, but I didn't really know them.
And so, and how
that
that
must
worked
have
was
been-
that
yeah.
It was great
Okay,
because
cool.
I knew that it was awkward for them too, dude. 'Cause
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
their
yeah.
brother retired, dude, but
I know.
it's still their brother. They've only been with their brother for
I know.
fucking 30 years, and like, so
It's big shoes to fill for you.
yeah, and dude, honestly, like those guys are so fucking awesome. They made me feel super welcome. You know,
Were you
there is-
nervous playing the first show?
dude, my first show was It's Not Dead, like fucking 10,000
Wow,
people.
it's a big festival, yeah.
San Bernardino.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I was so.
All your friends
fucking
will
ner-
watch everything.
and I had a
dude.
road map of lyrics on the stage. You know
Wow.
what I mean? Like, dude, like
teleprompter
you know.
and shit. Teleprompter.
Dude,
is good.
actually, it's funny, but like I hit up Skiba that damn. Well, you let me borrow your teleprompter. I know you got one, bro. But like he couldn't let me borrow it or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But like I texted him like, bro, I know you have one. And but I had just the road map, and I was super fucking nervous. And then right after that, we bounced from It's Not Dead because Voodoo is in two worlds. We're in the Latin world, and we're in the punk world. We go to the Observatory to play another Mexican ska show where no one speaks English.
Wow, man.
Because
Vale.
Voodoo has records all in Spanish, yeah. And so the draw is not and nobody there gave a shit that like we were playing with Rancid.
Wow.
They want to see us with some fucking bands that sing in Spanish.
Yeah.
These kids don't give a fuck. Totally sold out, fucking Observatory. Same night.
And so you sang in Spanish
Twice. Wow. I did part of it in Spanish, part of it in English.
That's amazing, dude.
At Latin Fests, we get called crossover.
Okay.
They're like, oh, you're a crossover artist. You sing in English. And I was like, what?
You're like, you mean we know crossover DRI.
Right.
Yeah. 100%. It's so weird, right? But so 2 shows in a row on the same day for my first shows. I was fucking so nervous, man. 2 different audiences.
Wow.
So I just gave it everything I fucking had, dude. And I just did that every fucking night, dude. Every fucking night. And they were
That's
just like, yo, this
amazing,
tour
man.
was great. Let's do it. And then we just took it head on.
Canada, how were the fans? You know?
Fucking went off, dude.
And were they receptive of a new singer?
Well, here's what I think saved me to an extent. Frank, the old singer, they had like a vibe. So his vibe was like the luchador, the wrestling masks, you know? So I went out there and we got my own design of a mask, you know, and it has a VGS shield on it. Mine had devil horns. His didn't, you know? And they were like, look, dude, don't let them hate you till they hear you. Keep this on for half the set.
I love that. Hate you till they hear you.
Right?
Yeah,
and
man.
I was like, okay. We go in somewhere in fucking Quebec, some giant festival, I walk stage, place is just going crazy. Halfway through, I take my mask off. We do this like kind of like Aussie kind of intro.
He's a lot tall. He's a taller dude anyway, right?
Way taller than me. But dude, I take it off, start swinging my fucking hair on, and you could literally see a lot of people every night just go like, what the fuck? Or some kids recognize me. Some kids just like, what is this? And it kept going. Like we got them going already. So how could they hate me if they're running in a circle already?
100%.
Right,
Yeah, it's the voice,
right.
man.
You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't hate somebody if I was already running.
Is your voice a lot similar to his?
I can kind of emulate.
Okay.
He's got a really particular deep kind of like bark. A real deep, real deep bark.
Yeah.
And he's fast as fuck, dude. That was the hard thing. And I know you went through that too.
Yeah.
Syllables.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. It was so hard. But you know, Frank's a G, dude. Frank is a gangster, dude.
Yeah.
But dude, I was pretty accepted. I didn't see that many haters. And as the tours went on, it just kept going increasingly well. And then we just toured it out for a while, and then we finally wrote a record, and
it's cool, man.
The single just came out, and I think in 5 weeks the album will be out.
Wow, amazing, perfect.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited.
What's the album called?
Live in the Apocalypse. It's about this experience right now.
That's amazing, man.
Any songs in Spanish on that?
There is one song in Spanish, Pared de la Muerte, Wall of Death, because about the whole Trump thing.
Yeah. So how long?
And
since
we're
the
also
last...
hoping it's a Wall of Death anthem at shows.
Yeah.
So this is the first album with you on it.
Yeah.
And it's the first album since when? What was the last Voodoo Glow Skulls released?
Years ago, man.
Okay.
2012 or something.
And that dude Frank is completely retired from music.
He's got a band called the Tiki Bandits. He does. They do like kind of like hyper versions of like oldies music and stuff.
That's cool, man.
Dope, dude. Yeah.
He was always a cool cat, man.
Dude, he's a rad cat. Actually, George brought you up the other day.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we got on H2O, and he's all, dude, Toby's rad, dude. He's like, I didn't even really know him. We knew each other, and he's all, I was just at this fest one day, and he's like, it was just a weird. He's describing a weird off day, and he's all, then Toby just walked up to me out of nowhere and was like, that's dope. You're still doing it, bro. And he said he was like, you just like made him feel rad. And he's like,
cool.
he's all, that dude's cool, man. That dude's a good dude.
That's awesome,
So
man.
like, yeah.
Those moments.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, agreed.
And then what about Manic Hispanic?
Dude, big Manic Hispanic fan my whole life. If you're not familiar, Manic Hispanic.
You're amazing, dude.
Okay.
My wife
I'm
turned me
not
on
that
to him.
familiar. Okay.
It's a band made up of all these legendary Orange County guys.
Okay.
So Warren from Final Conflict, you know, and the Cadillac Tramps, Gabby from the Tramps, Steve from Adolescence. You know, there's been a lot of guys in the band through the years, but mostly the main guys have always been in it.
My wife was close with Gabby, rest in peace. So that's why I know about the band.
Dude, Gabby's
great fucking band.
our brother.
Yes.
And so Manic, the whole deal with Manic is it's like if Cheech and Chong had a punk band, right? So Manic takes classic punk songs and changes the lyrics and then records records with them, right? So
Mommy's Little Cholo.
Exactly. Mommy's little cholo shoots methadone, da-na-na-na-na, sex at 15. You know what I mean? Or, you know, you gotta get them immigrated. Donk. You know, hey, tonto, you disrespecting me. You know what I mean? And so we change it all into like kind of cholo jokes, Mexican jokes.
It's really great.
Maybe commentary on what it's like to grow up being a punker that's Mexican, dude. I'm a bonker. You know what I mean?
You know Ruby Soho?
Yeah.
Rudy Cholo.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Banging.
Echoes of the oldies coming through my audio walls. They're throwing him a goodbye party, but he's sitting there all alone. Someone's humping in the bedroom, and his cousins are freaking out. You know, it's like, you know, we
I love it.
It's so great.
So
Makes me happy.
Manic made 4 records with BYO. And they're out of print, but we're trying to get them all back.
dope.
And we have a new record coming out too.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, man, making records, bro. So
Stacking
this
tunes,
is the
bro.
first one since Gabby's passing?
Yes.
Wow,
And
man.
We started the ideas with Gabby. Some ideas were with Gabby, then he passed. And then we were really lost for a while, you know, and then we had a lot of people hate, but they didn't really know him, you know. You can't do it without him. It's fucked up. It's his band. And he wanted us to, though. So
Right.
then and it took us a while to get the strength and the courage, and Soto really led that charge, man. And he's like, dude, this is our band.
Wow,
you know,
man.
we did our first show back, and we didn't call it Manic Hispanic. We called it Mexican Society, a tribute to Manic Hispanic,
Bet.
because Mexican Society is one of our songs. And then after the show, we're like, no, fuck that. We're fucking Manic Hispanic. It's our fucking homie, dude. Fuck everybody.
Wow,
And
yeah.
we did it, and then we wrote most of the record with Steve, and then Steve passed. And then we were devastated.
Fuck,
two
man.
homies in 2 years, you know?
I
And
know, man.
so then we just fell apart. None of us could even think about it, listen to it. None of it. We did, you know, we had done one last show after Gabby, and when we first said we were going to give it up, you know? And then after Steve didn't want any of that, you know, kind of hoopla. So it was just, we were quiet, and
Yeah.
we didn't play. And then he wanted the same thing. He always everybody wanted to keep going, and we still have 3 OGs in the band that started the fucking band, and they're like, dude, this is our family. So
Is there a lot of weight on you to fill those shoes?
yeah, because so when the thing about Manic Hispanic is it's always the joke of having a shitload of Mexicans standing on stage. So there's always extra guys. So Gabby always had side guys, right?
Yeah.
He had Sonny, and he had our homie Ray Bones, Ray Rodriguez. The
Yep.
pal.
Ray
I
Rodriguez.
stepped
Yeah,
in for
man.
Ray Bones. Yeah. Heavy. And he always had a side guy that would kind of do backups or do a
Yeah.
couple of the songs here and there. And then later on in years, you know, meeting the scene and becoming friends with the guys, and I became the side guy.
Yeah.
And dude, my first show you were there was
Yeah,
with
I was.
Rancid at the Fonda, dude.
Yeah.
And I would then once again super fucking nervous.
That's a sick
and,
one.
and I'm in the band with some of the most legendary sober guys in the scene, right?
Wow.
You know, Gabby got a lot of people sober. So did
Yeah.
Soto. And I remember being backstage and Soto just looking at me going, "Fucking dude, stop pacing around. You're fucking bumming me out. Drink a goddamn beer."
Wow.
I'll never forget that. These sober dudes like, chill out, Holmes. You know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, so scared.
Crazy nervous, right? Yeah.
Yes, and then from 08 to now, I've been with the band. We have this record now, and it's some of our best shit. Me and Steve, we all did. But dude, Steve had this way. I'd come up with a concept, and he'd call me the next day with all the lyrics.
Damn.
You know,
man.
like
Soda, wow.
like the new record we've got. We do a Waiting Room from Fugazi, but it's called Holding Cell. You know what La Huda means? It means the cops.
Oh,
La Huda picked me up. I weigh. It's not my crime, but I'm the one they blame. My homies are cruising. You know?
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
dude.
we came up with all that shit together. We did Descendants American, but it's Mexican American.
Wow.
Dude.
Dude.
We've got, what else is on the new record? Bouncing Souls, True Believers, but it's Mas Chingones. It means badasses.
Wow.
so
You know, like
dope.
we
Fucking
are
love
the
it, man. Can't wait to hear it, man.
So I'm pretty excited, and all the songs are all Manic Hispanic's rules. We run every song by every dude and every band, and
Yeah.
get the blessing. You know.
So you
what
went
I
through
mean?
Fugazi for that?
Oh yeah, Steve went to Ian.
Dope.
Wow.
And I'm a nerd, dude. Because I tormented Adolescents here and there, and I went to DC with Adolescents. I don't know Ian MacKay, man. Come on. And I was working a production gig at Coachella, and he walked by me.
He's always there, yeah.
He walked by
Really?
me.
He goes to Coachella?
I'll tell you about it later. Always.
Oh, it's
always.
dope, dude. He's there with his family.
He talks about it on my pod that's coming. I had him on the pod already. It was coming out.
And
He talks
I
about
always
it.
work, you know, at that festival, and I was walking by with my 930 shirt on.
Dirty
And
Club.
he fucking stopped me, dude. And I was like, oh my God. And he's like, hey, I helped design that club. And I was like, dude, I literally have to run to the stage to go work for this dude that I know you don't, some DJ, I know you don't want to see. And I can't talk to you, dude, but I fucking know who you are, man. My name's Efrem. I fucking love you, dude. Thank you. You know, and he was like, oh, cool. So I'm
He's so chill.
yeah, I'm in DC with Adolescents a few years later. And then, dude, Soto's all, hey, Ian, you know Efrem? And I was like, oh, you know, and he just looks at me and he goes, "Oh, Efrem, what's up, Efrem?" And I don't know if he was just being cool, but it felt like he remembered my name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know there's not a lot of Efrems, so maybe I had an
Yeah.
advantage. But I was just like, this guy really remembers me? And he legit was like interested in talking to us. And,
Yeah, he's great,
you know,
dude.
wanted to know, like, what I liked about him is I think that way too. I'm really into new shit. Fuck old songs. And like, dude, he wanted to, it was almost like he was watching newer Adolescence members than the old ones more. Like, how's he doing this? How's he interpreting this song? It was
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, he's
Maybe I read into it too much, but
No, but he's the best, dude.
but anyways, yeah,
It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I don't even know how we got on Ian.
No, I love that.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
mind talking. He's like,
Oh yeah, the Manic song.
he's like the
yeah.
hero though. That's awesome.
No
and
doubt.
go ahead. What are you gonna say?
We got the Manic record coming out. It's
Great. I'm
on
excited.
our newest guitar player, Elvis. After Steve passed, it's funny. He always wanted to jam with Elvis, so Elvis from Left Alone joined our band.
That's
he plays
cool,
in the
man.
Transplants as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he joined our band, and he's putting our record out on his label, Smelvis Records.
Smell this.
Yeah, and we've got 3 videos shot now, and and we started actually like shooting skits to take Manic in a more comedic direction than it is. And we don't know what we're gonna do with them, but we're just trying to make funny things that make ourselves laugh and see where
Yeah.
we can take this thing because we can't play.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And you got our brother Randy Limagod on a new Voodoo Glow Skulls song,
Oh,
correct?
yo, dude.
Randy is on the
Shout out to Randy, man. We love you, brother.
So
Dude.
Randy.
Death by Stereo played with Lamb of God once in Reno in like 04 or something, and we don't know each other.
Oh man.
All right, I'm
Another
a
heavy
but
show.
I'm a fan. Yeah, another
the
heavy
best.
show where we just
Yeah.
get annihilated. But the Lamb of God crowd was because there's the little punkers in that crowd, man. Because of
Yeah.
Randy,
Mhm.
his
Yeah,
vibe
yeah.
gives off the punk
Yeah,
vibe.
he's the
you
best,
know?
man, yeah.
And they were a little more forgiving than say a Soulfly
Yeah.
crowd, you know. Although there was a good amount of the.
The old arm crosses.
You know, a lot
I know.
of, and I get it. I
I've
go to a
seen
lot of metal
those.
shows. A lot of dudes like,
Yeah.
and they
That's
don't
usually
like the
me
kids
nowadays.
pushing them around.
Yeah.
and-
Right.
Yeah. But George Voodoo, our bass player, I don't even know how somehow Randy ends up on George's Instagram live on a split screen, and they're just chatting to like Voodoo fan. I'm like, how does this happen? And he's
Wow.
like, person to person, and he goes, turns out Randy knows who we are, and I'm all, I think he's a punk dude or something. Like I
He knows
knew
what's
from
up.
his t-shirts.
Yeah, he
whatever.
comes from the roots. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, and he's like, what? And they're talking, so I watch it, and he's like, oh, dude, that one Voodoo song and this song, I used to put this one on mixtapes for chicks, and so then it turns into George just, hey, dude, like texting him like, would you want to sing on a Voodoo song? He's like, fuck yeah. So we made this song that's going to be the second single called The Walking Dread, and it's like the first half of the song is ska core, and then it just fucking turns and just goes metal as fuck, and just
Damn.
me and Randy just. You know,
Oh, that's so sick.
so I'm pretty excited.
Shout
I
out to
think
Randy, man. That's
gonna
awesome.
Be, I think in a couple weeks or something. But
Yeah, and then what about
Nice.
what about Program, your store?
I
Skate
am-
shop.
Yes, I am part owner of a shop in Fullerton, California called Program Skate and Sound, and we sell vinyl, skate. We have shows.
It's cool.
One day we'll have them again. But
Yeah.
we are just, I don't know, man. I'm just lucky, dude, that everybody, all the friends really supported. And, dude, we're a 1,000 square foot little room packed with shit. And, like, you know, dude, like, Baines played our shop. Terror,
Yeah,
Casualties.
I've seen footage of it. It looks crazy, man.
Rusko
Yeah.
came and DJ'd at our shop. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah.
Like, we get like, just dudes I met throughout music life. It's just
Yeah.
been so good to us, dude.
It's cool.
The scene
How
has
many years
really
you had it
embraced
there
us.
for? How long you been there for?
Almost 10 years now.
Damn, that's fucking
It's a
amazing.
long time.
Yeah.
Especially for a record store,
Yeah.
especially everything. Yeah, everything's
Yeah,
changing.
hardcore is
Yeah.
yeah, not just
Special.
hardcore, but
No, I know.
hardcore really saved us a bunch of times, dude.
skateboarding,
hey,
all that,
homie,
yeah.
hey, homie, we need a show. You know, like,
Yeah.
help us
Right.
out. You know, but
It's cool, man.
and dude, people are surprisingly respectful because dude, we'll have some thugged out fucking bands once in a while, and I keep getting too far from the mic.
Yeah,
I'm all
you-
self-conscious.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Some
I'm
fucking-
watching my lines and be with
some fucking thugged out bands, and
Yeah.
people are so respectful. You know, we've maybe had one fight ever, you know, and then fortunately some of our associates tied him up in a knot, you know, and just don't come back, you know, and, you know, and we're all like, please stop.
Yeah.
You know, but giant fucking random guys.
Yeah.
But it's been cool most of the time. You know, we get a hole in the wall once in a while and just
Yeah.
patch it up. But, dude, hardcore saved us, man.
It's so cool you have that spot,
But
man.
dude, it's traveled like we've had guys that like I never thought I'd ever meet come do now because there's not a lot of places you can do in stores. So we've had like Master Ace at our shop.
Wow.
You know
I
what
was
I mean?
born to roll.
Oh yeah,
Master
dude,
Ace the best.
so
Oh,
my
hard,
God.
dude. So
Best,
hard. Master
dude.
Ace is the shit. Dude.
That's
Master
cool.
Ace
He came and
Incorporated.
did that, dude. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So we've had what's that? He's a big Instagram guy. The Scary Kids Pool Party.
My son might know that.
I sound really old.
My son might know
but
that.
he's a big fucking deal. That's not punk at all.
Okay.
Reached out to us. I want to shoot a video.
Wow.
In our shop. We're like, whoa. So
that's cool, man.
We're hanging in there, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome to hear.
And when shows can come back, everyone's welcome. We don't just do these bands. We're doing all the kid bands from the neighborhood.
That's
and
cool,
any
man.
DIY touring band that comes through, you might get on a show with somebody dope, dude, at our shop. Just
That's so cool.
trying to help everyone we can.
Yeah, I love that.
And no matter what style or whatever, because there's not a lot of all ages. And like, it was some high school band or some shit. Some kid came and dude, like 100 kids showed up to see this kid's band, and we had kind of showed them, well, put one of your friends at the door, charge whatever the fuck you want, give all the money to the bands.
Yep.
You know, and then at the end of the night, the kid had like $400 or $500 or something, and he's like, dude, I have all this money. And I was like, your band's big.
Wow.
You know, like, dude, give the money to the bands, be fair, you know? And he's like, all right. And I was like, and he's all, dude, it costs this much to play at the other all ages club.
Wow.
Selling tickets. And that's, I was like, all right, here's what you do. You never do that fucking ever.
Again.
Play parties, dude. Play DIY spaces. Dude, you'll play to more people, too.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know? Played a lot of pool parties and stuff like that.
Dude.
Youth of Today did this as well.
What?
Like, we played with them a few times.
What do you mean?
In Cleveland, where I grew up, they came and played pool parties, whatever.
What? That's sick.
Clubs. They didn't care, just played.
They just wanted to play.
Yeah.
Was that the 80s or 88, 89?
That was in the 90s.
Damn, you think they came to the 90s and played?
It was like 90. Yes.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. They were already like
no big deal.
touring.
You could say the pool party.
I know. At the time, no, it was Judge. They played like pizza shops. You know, like, it was like,
God.
It's literally like your
Come
group
on.
of friends. Like that's how I'm still. We're still friends with those guys.
Yeah.
Because of that stuff, it was like
insane.
Losing my mind. Like I never imagined it.
Yeah. Well, shit,
amazing.
man. Fuck, man. This. I used to ask people questions too. Do you have any regrets in your life? But it seems like you really don't.
I don't. I mean, I have some. Like, there's a lot of. I think just because when we were younger, I just didn't understand how things worked, and like I didn't know anybody, and like there was a lot of decisions I think I would have made differently that would have put me in a far different place.
Yeah.
But like I was just busy living in the moment, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't regret it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wouldn't change it. I think I can just learn from it and grow. You know? Handle myself differently, you know?
Right, yeah.
I'm mellow now. I'm older, whatever.
Yeah, and and one of my questions too, are you an optimist or pessimist? But you seem you've always been positive, man.
Yeah, man. You have to be, dude. You know what I mean? Because growing up,
you're always
being
smiling,
younger,
always like fucking.
Yeah, dude. It's the only way I can it's just kind of how I keep it together, man. You know what I mean? Because growing up, dude, like we like anybody, not like boo-hoo, fucking me, but dude, there was some pretty tough shit when I was a kid, and where my family came from and how everything was. It's tough, man. And not that I had it super bad or whatever, but and dude, there was a lot of just fucked up shit happening when I was younger, and I grew up in a lot of bad shit. So I was just this music, man. It keeps you positive. You know
really
what I mean?
saves you, man. I was just thinking about that.
Saved my life, dude.
Yeah, the lyrics in so many
took
bands,
me out of negative places, away from negative people.
Right.
Yeah.
All my friends are ended up in gangs or whatever, dead, dopers. You know what I mean? Damn dopers. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like
dopers.
Yeah, you know. So it kept me pausing. And got me out of some bullshit.
Music will do that, man, because it's so honest.
Yeah,
100%.
You know, especially hardcore. You know,
that was my escape. Listening to those records, dude. The Adolescents Welcome to Reality 7-inch headphones over.
I'm gonna listen to all that shit too. I want to listen to it more.
Dude, welcome. Oh, so
Dream
hard.
come true to see them live, man. I was just like, holy shit.
Dude, where did you see him at?
I saw him in Cleveland when they were touring. It was
with the Weirdos.
I don't even know who was opening or anything.
At the
Agora?
Agora?
The same time. No, it was at Peabody's down under.
Okay, I wasn't there.
And
I know Peabody's.
MDC might have even been on the same bill. It was just like a mind-blowing show.
That's another band that doesn't get enough just, man. MDC was singing about
dude,
so much shit that's
You're
happening.
So right,
But so much shit that's happening now.
I know.
Like them and Dead Kennedys, they predicted everything, dude.
Yep.
Everything.
Absolutely, 100%.
They
People
really
like the
did
Multi-Death
predict it all,
Corporation,
dude.
the fucking
They were talking about
vegan,
all
that
back
shit,
then.
bro.
DK,
I know,
such a big deal to me,
dude.
right? And dude, ignored by hardcore. This
Yeah.
is an important hardcore band.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Extremely important. Like, dude,
I agree.
that's hardcore as fuck, dude.
I agree.
Yeah, true.
Everything they were singing about, dude.
I know.
Everything.
There was
But
so
MDC, we went hard and we listened to them lately.
Hard. They went.
Death Burger, Ronald McDonald.
Oh, yeah.
John Wayne was a.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You look like you look like
Salvation,
you look like a younger, way more handsome singer of Slayer. It's fucking crazy. I don't know why.
Mariah?
Yeah, because of his hair now.
Oh, because I have gray hair, yeah.
No, because it's something about you, but way more handsome.
appreciate that.
Probably
I'm-
way more positive.
Hey,
I don't know
big
this thing.
fan.
I don't know this singer. I'm not gonna diss this singer. I don't know.
Giant fan.
Yeah.
Tom is cool.
That's a compliment.
But you've
Thank
always
you.
been awesome. You've always been outgoing. You've always
Appreciate
been
it.
positive. And it seems like your journey is still very DIY, connected to your roots and everything throughout your whole life. It's awesome, man.
Just trying to keep it going, dude.
Yeah. But you have maintained through all the different years and everything. All the different bands you're in.
I got a
Juggling
list of stuff. I
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
listen
and-
to,
and-
man.
and-
Yeah.
You know.
And then the new band that I recently started, me and you guys know Tokyo Hero, the tattooer?
Yep.
Me, Hero's playing guitar. We only got 3 jams
Shout
and
out
then
to
we had
Tokyo
to
Hero.
stop because of COVID.
Right.
So it's me singing, Tokyo's playing guitar, Ross GBH is playing bass.
Wow.
And then,
GBH?
yeah.
Give me fire.
Oh,
CD
yeah.
Babies, revenge.
Dude,
Go ahead.
exactly. And it's Ross, the OG. And then Pete Street Dogs is playing drums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got
Shout out to
together.
Tokyo Hero, too. Great tattoo artist. Great
Dude,
human.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
And
Yeah.
he's playing some nasty fucking rock and roll kind of punk. And I was like, fuck.
And what's it
I'm
called?
this. Word Attack.
Word attack.
After the Adolescence song.
Damn, man. This guy kicked so much adolescence today.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why. I
Forever
gotta
Blue,
get into it
dude.
more, man.
It's crazy. I mean,
I
I
know
was-
the album cover with the blue and the red.
Yeah. That's
Hell
the
yeah,
shit.
dude. It's the
that
one.
was the one that I got
Dude,
turned
it's-
into, and I was. It's just I don't know his vocal technique back then. I was just like, this is so fucking punk.
Yeah.
like Subhumans and that. I was just like, I love like that radical, extremity at that time. I was like, yes, them.
I gotta fuck with them more,
exploited
man. I'm gonna get into that.
Adolescence, I was.
You know, what's great about them to me is Tony, their singer. And I'm going to get a little deep about that.
That's okay.
Tony is a true artist in every sense of the word because he doesn't care if the band falls apart and ends tomorrow as long as he does it his way. And I've seen him go on stage and having Mike call me from Europe. He's like, bro, Tony did the craziest shit tonight. I'm wanting. He's all, the promoter just wouldn't fucking leave him alone about the Blue album. Play the Blue album, play the Blue album, play the Blue album. Tony right before the show goes, no songs off the Blue album tonight. He's all, fuck that guy. And he goes, we're going to play shitloads of music. And then he's all, we're going to play it till everyone leaves. And Mike's like, dude, we played 40 songs. He's all, I didn't even know some of the songs. I was just like following along.
Wow.
And he's like, dude, something ridiculous, like not 40 songs, but
Wow.
a lot, like 25 songs or some weird shit. So
That's punk as fuck too.
yeah,
that is so punk.
and he
so
just
punk.
believes in his art and his truth, and dude, sometimes I love Tony because he'll just say what no one else has the balls to fucking say in his music
Yeah.
and in life. And
Where does he live?
He's an activist. He's out in Altadena.
Maybe show him on the pod. Get to know him. That'd be interesting to get.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'll link you up.
Be
Dude,
educational.
Tony's the best, dude.
Yeah.
And Dak, dude, touring with him and Soto, driving around, they busted
Soto.
knowledge,
I'm sure.
dude. Just like,
I'm sure,
I can
man.
only imagine.
oh, dude, I have a kid in a candy store, dude. Just driving around with those guys, dude. Just
I love that you've been like the punk, the metal, the hardcore, all through everything.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like all different.
I'm very grateful. I mean, yeah.
And it's how you grew up too. All the different types of music
Yep.
you grew up on.
Like I never thought we'd spend a fucking year with Suicidal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
It's a fucking dream, especially if you grew up in
Yeah,
Cali.
Yeah.
dude, one
Especially, yeah.
greatest tours I ever did in my life was Suicidal and Madball. Wow. We shared a bus with Madball. It was when it was still called the Resistance Tour.
I remember that.
Yeah, and dude, it was when you were writing the Hazen Street record.
Yeah,
Because
2000.
Freddie would be
2 or
on the
3 or 4.
bus with headphones on, and
Wow.
and I'd ask him all these questions, and Hoya like, "What are you guys doing?" And they're like, "We're writing this record," and I'm like, "Is it a rap record?" And they're like, "No, man, this is like a different kind of record. This is like a." They explaining to me like, "This is for the big world, bro. This is big boy shit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were explaining to me about how it worked and about working with a bigger pop producer and all that stuff. And I remember watching Freddie kind of craft that record on that tour, and I was like, dude, this is cool. That opening track's one of the best hardcore songs ever.
Wow, thank you, man.
Are you ready to die for us? Are you ready to lose your freedom?
That was it's
Are
such
you
a cool
ready?
idea.
Are you with me? You're not. Because, dude, I
forgot who
love that song.
I forget who our producer was.
Oh, you worked with Howard Benson.
Howard Benson, yeah.
You like how I
With
knew that?
Howard.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You did too?
Yes, on the Against album.
record, yeah.
And that's
Holy
how-
shoot.
And that's how I know Zebra.
Was he wearing sweatpants?
Oh, because he did.
He did Zebra.
Was he wearing sweatpants the whole
Yeah,
time?
the whole time.
Oh, that's
Howard,
amazing.
Howard's amazing. He's
Yo,
so
he's so
hilarious.
interesting,
He's
bro.
an interesting dude, man. And he when we worked with him, he was just getting into Pro Tools.
Oh, really?
It just
Wow.
came about.
Here's
He's like,
the
what's
new
this
thing.
Pro Tools thing? I'm gonna read about
Wait,
it.
I can sing this chorus once?
Yeah, I was like,
Really?
really?
He did some big bands right before.
Dude, Motorhead.
Wow, you do My Chemical Romance
yeah.
too?
He moved on to do like
He did the big,
huge shit.
Warner Brothers, like Less Than Jake records.
Okay,
the
okay,
pop,
yeah.
pop stuff.
Yeah, he did a lot
And
of
way
pop
bigger
stuff,
than that,
And then,
like-
then he just moved on to do a lot of like. He's like, I'm with the big stuff now.
Yeah, man, he was very interesting, man.
It's kind of
was a
funny the
trip.
way
That was a fun experience.
that happens with producers over the years. We just had a conversation with Death by Stereo. Sound like a nerd convo, but everybody's like, "That guy's a fucking lame, bro." But we talked about producers, and it's funny because I just reference guys from records I like. I'm like, well, what about this guy that might have done this Snapcase record, or this guy that did that old record?
Yeah.
And then we're going down the list, and everyone's like, "That guy's huge now."
Yeah,
Oh wait,
huge
we can't
now.
afford this,
It's-
dude. I'm all, I didn't even know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy,
It's
but it's
crazy.
dope. It's dope.
So he's
We're-
massive, right?
we're
He's massive.
we're
Okay.
actually getting ready to make a record with Billy Bio.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna do a Death by Stereo covers record.
Oh, shit, awesome,
Yeah,
man.
and we're
you
doing
have
it
so
with
much
Billy.
going on, man.
I know.
You stay
I'm
so
excited.
creative, man. It's awesome, man. It's inspiring.
It's all we can
I
do
feel
right
like a
now.
lazy.
You know?
I feel like a lazy piece of shit. It's
I
been
know.
like-
I have like a list out. Like, okay, what was the other
I
thing?
know. It's like 6 years since our last album. Like,
But it's
fuck,
inspiring,
dude.
man. It's like, wow, I should be doing more music, man.
So, did the pandemic affect your life? And besides going on tour, did that really?
Yeah, financially it crushed
Yeah.
me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I hear you,
it
bro.
did.
But it seems like not mentally. Like
No,
you're fucking,
it kind of did. You know, it does feel a little like.
it fucked
dude-
us all up mentally. Like, it beat us down. for sure.
Yeah, and there definitely was some depression in there. I think,
Yeah.
like everybody had. I
Yeah.
gained a little weight again because I got super into like my health. You know.
Yeah.
And then
I
gained
remember
a little
that.
weight again. Yeah.
I might
And-
have saw you with a smoothie or a green drink once. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I completely I changed.
You did. He
Man.
flipped it.
Flipped my whole
You
life.
have to go
My
back
whole
to it,
life.
bro. I have to go back, man.
Yeah, yeah. And I am back on it.
Yeah, okay,
But
yeah.
I just I went through a rut, and
You
I
look
had,
young, though.
Thank you. I have to learn to accept that you'll fuck up here and there, and that's my big
Yeah,
problem.
man.
It's
You're
like,
not
I get-
perfect. None of
you
us
know?
are fucking perfect, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely not.
but yeah, I me. I did a 180, dude. I was party boy, bro. You remember, dude?
Are you sober now?
Like one beer a year kind of guy.
One beer a year.
You know,
Sounds like a
yeah.
song.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude,
One beer a year.
and to be honest, like, it's so weird. Like, I used to go on those. You remember they used to do all those Jaeger tours with the bus.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
dude.
I even know that. I don't even drink.
Yeah.
We went through so many bottles a night every fucking night, dude. I don't know how I did it because now when I think about it, I just go, ugh.
Yeah,
So
me
it's,
too.
I feel like that I'm in a good place because it's making me do that. I smell it and I'm like, I can't do that.
No
I
way.
just can't do that in my life
So you
anymore,
think
man.
being off for like a whole year helped you focus on all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
You know, and I'm really trying to just write different. And I feel like now that we're older, no offense to any bands, but there's so many bands around us trying to be young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, dude, I'm not fooling anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to learn how to embrace, to write differently, not repeat myself, and also no longer say, we are the da-da-da. They are the future.
Yeah.
You are the future.
Yeah.
I'm the past, bro. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I'm
We
trying to
are over soon.
yes, exactly. So I'm just trying to embrace that kind of positive
We're
aspect
almost
of writing.
retired. I know what
you
you're
know,
saying. I
I
get
mean,
it.
there's
That's
so much
dope.
knowledge.
You write like that.
Yeah.
But there's so much knowledge that, over the years that develops, from touring and playing, seeing so many different styles of music
Oh,
and being
yeah.
around so many different bands. And like you said, when you take that time to write and to just be yourself, then it, just go with that, especially at the age that we're at and what we've gone through,
Yeah.
It's just like go with what we know, what feels good,
You're right.
Yeah.
and that's what we need to, put that security into that, like, and believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
because
Dan from
there's so many bands that,
oh, absolutely.
are trying,
to appeal, like
Stay
like,
relevant, do
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
shit.
I think that young kids will like you if they like you.
yes, right.
Yeah.
Just the way we did.
Yep.
With
Yeah.
older bands when
Yep.
we were young. You like them, you like them.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
shit's just out of touch for me, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's why I love the. If you're familiar with the Jay-Z 444 album, one of the last records he made was like the most mature. It was like adult contemporary hip hop. But he's a 50-year-old man. Like, what's he gonna
Right.
rap about the same shit?
Come
on,
And it was
yeah.
great.
And
It was.
I
It
don't want
was
to
a
hear
record.
rapping about the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's okay. I'm a really, really big drum and bass head. I love bass music. Always had since I was young. Super into drum and bass, right? And that's what I like about that. People in the UK, if you go to see a good DJ in the UK, they don't want to hear any of his old songs.
Yeah.
They want to hear new sounds, new beats. What's next? What's gonna move me? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I like that attitude. If it was up to me, and I would ruin every band I'm in because I only want to play new songs.
Wow.
Well, this is what we're
And that's
talking
what I
about
want
with-
from other bands.
Yeah, that's where we're just talking about this. The last podcast that you had,
yeah.
and we're talking about with we're talking
With Matt from
the Bronx.
Bronx, yep.
And we're talking
Yeah.
about, I was like, how many new songs do you play live in your set? You know,
Yeah. It's
and
hard.
we were questioning ourselves. It was like
Percentage of songs, yeah.
percentage
Like
of songs,
two new songs,
2 or 3 we would do. And
It's
then,
hard, man.
And then a lot of
It is.
fans started saying like, hey, you guys should play more new songs. And then we started thinking, you know what? We wrote this album. Why aren't we playing new
We're
songs?
proud of this album. We love this album. Yeah,
So
yeah.
we started playing
Yeah.
6, 7 songs, and we're just ramming it down people's throats.
Yeah.
And then
Good.
people were like, you know what? I love the fact that you do that. You have a different set list now.
Yep.
It's awesome. I never heard those songs live. You always played those other songs. It mixes well with old songs. And now we really love pushing new songs.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you guys feel this way? I used to view the set list differently.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought that, like, dude, we have to go into jam and into jam and into jam and into jam because the circle can't stop moving. I can't let
Right.
it slow down. I have to fucking
Yeah.
push the mountain around, as Ed from Zebrahead says. Push the mountain around the whole time. But and because if we'd play a new song, there'd be this like this lull.
Right.
But now I understand, like, it's not a lull. They're intaking so much fucking
Exactly.
fury
Sure.
at such a
Yes.
fast speed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that feeling.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is the new shit. So
Yeah.
like, I've embraced that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I
there has to be
embrace it,
peaks
man.
and valleys in your set.
100%, man.
But I buy a new album. I want to hear those songs live.
Oh,
you know,
dude,
Yeah.
like,
such a bum
you know,
out.
like I really
Yeah,
get psyched.
dude.
Like, oh, please let them play this new song. Like I
Yeah,
heard,
dude.
I just heard. You know.
Yeah, you learn the lyrics, you're ready to sing along, all that shit.
Right, right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Do you have any daily rituals?
Daily rituals, smoking herb.
Okay. It's okay. Well, I think my listeners smoke weed.
Take the edge off.
I think they made it legal in some places.
Yeah,
in
it
the
may be
US
legal now.
You drink coffee?
I'm a big advocate for it. I'm a tea drinker. Actually, I got a
Nice.
hot tea right by
Okay.
here.
I
before
I
came
want to
over here.
I want to switch to tea too. What do you,
All
green
right.
tea? What are you on?
I
do you
drink
want?
black tea, man. I just drink black tea with some honey in it.
Damn.
It's my jam on tour now.
Okay.
Dude, you know, I mean, I was just like, alcohol, and I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, but I drink hot tea every night now.
That's
Beautiful.
sick.
Most
Wonderful.
nights.
Do you have a top 5 artist or anything or no?
Dude, it's so
Or inspirations or like something that really like
jeez.
inspires you to start the band or?
Adolescence, suicidal.
We know that.
Yeah,
Adolescents,
Yeah.
suicidal,
exactly.
Yeah.
Bad Religion,
bad religion,
Slayer,
Slayer,
you guys.
Ooh,
Sepultura.
Brazil,
yeah.
Zil.
You know,
That's your
Black
top 5, yeah.
Black Flag
That's
and
right.
Misfits a lot.
Yeah, that's
too,
cool.
man.
I can
you
see
know?
that with
So
you
that's my
guys.
first hardcore I heard was Black
I hear
Flag.
you, man.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I liked any hip hop?
dude, I'm a big hip hop head too.
You said
Oh,
Master
here we go.
Ace.
Okay,
Yeah.
Master
so
Ace is the shit, dude.
let's go
Actually,
top 5 hip hop. Here we
I don't
go.
even know if I should say this, but we have a new Voodoo song that we haven't done it yet. We're gonna do with Charlie Tuna.
Well, I know that is.
Yeah,
I
J5,
don't know
Jurassic
who that-
5.
Jurassic 5.
Oh,
He was also
snap.
in Ozo Motley, who
I love us
toured with
from the
for
Warped
a
Tour
minute.
too. I
Yeah.
saw the Warped Tour there.
And God,
Are you going to be
where do I begin?
Are you
Okay.
rhyming on this song? Are you rhyming?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You got bars.
Imagine
son?
this guy start rapping like in his
got
40s.
bars.
It's tight.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's tight.
Put a solo record.
Yeah, wow.
Efrem.
So weird.
Kind of hard.
Oh, I like that. Efrem.
Yeah.
There you go, dude.
So,
But-
what are your tops? We got some tops.
For hip hop.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm super into the golden era. I think the Freestyle Fellowship is the greatest hip hop group of all time.
Okay.
All time. West Coast legends. They're
Okay.
they really, dude. Ask anybody in LA.
Okay.
The freestyle, bring it for us, and they'll fuck yeah harder than anyone.
Okay.
Okay.
And anyone into the real like kind of more conscious scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always do say, as much as I'm super into conscious music, I like my hip hop fucked up and
Yeah,
gangster and fucking
yeah.
ignorant as shit. Let's
Yeah.
fucking get it on, dude. Like I listen to a lot of Chicano rap too.
Nice.
And dude, I'm
It
just
sounds so good.
hell
man.
yeah, it's
the
a different flow, right?
Yeah,
It's completely different.
I love it.
And
Kid Frost was the shit.
oh,
man.
dude, amazing.
OG, man, Kid Frost.
Dude,
This is for the rest.
I did actually. I used to be on a podcast called Into the Weeds, and we did an episode with Mellow Man Ace.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
sick.
So I'm super into Latin hip hop. Obviously, I'm into all hip hop, but I like
Cypress?
gangster. Of course, I've done.
Great.
What happens?
I did a song on an Ecuadorian band's record with Sendog
Sick.
randomly.
Whoa.
Those guys are cool as shit. Cypress, fuck, the best. And
Yeah.
but I'm super into that whole scene. I just love gangster ass fucking
cool, man.
rap, dude. Like
It's okay.
it's my
NWA,
shit.
obviously NWA.
all day, dude.
Snoop, Dre.
I'm into like a lot of the Texas shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, when Skinhead Rob got to fucking do
Paul
all that touring
Wall.
with Paul Wall,
That's
I was
tight.
always like, dude, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Texas.
like super into it, dude. But I like old gangster shit. I like Too Short a lot.
MC8,
You know what I mean?
remember MC8?
Oh yeah, I know MC8, dude.
Yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah,
great.
dude. MC8. Oh god. From the Bay, I like E40 a lot.
Too Short.
You know, yeah.
E40.
Too Short.
Far side.
Is it Mac Dre? Is that at West
Mac
Coast?
Dre's dope.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
from the
Mac
Bay
Dre.
too. Mac Dre's the shit. He died early, so
Okay.
But he, you know, in the Bay, he's really fucking worshipped.
Okay.
Not gangster, but I love hieroglyphics.
Yeah, they're dope too. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to one time go up to their place in Oakland. They have like a hieroglyphics warehouse.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It was weird, dude. It was a few years ago. I went to the Hyro warehouse where they do all the creative shit. And in the 90s at some point, they made Hyro jeans. And they had like 1 million boxes of Hyro jeans that didn't sell it. And I was
Please
looking
tell
through
me you
them.
got a pair.
I didn't, but they were all just like giant fucking jeans. And I was just like, I don't want these fucking
You
jeans.
should rock them for your solo record.
I know, dude.
That'd be sick.
So Hyro jeans, dude.
Wow, so you can have a hip hop song on your record. That's awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I dude. Actually, that's how I met Chris from Program, my partner through hip hop.
Okay.
Chris was in a short-lived group. We were all in the Rebirth of the Loud comp. Death by Stereo,
H2O.
H2O on Priority
We did
Records.
Ice Cube song, yeah.
And
Okay.
we Death by Stereo just had a song on the bonus CD, and then I sang on a song with a group called V12.
I heard that
we,
name.
We did Rumble, the You God song,
Okay.
and we're on that.
That was
record.
before D12.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
they had a whole deal with Priority, and my friend Chris was one of the MCs.
That's sick,
in,
man.
in-
That's
in
awesome.
their hip hop group. And
That was
so,
that record got to a lot of people, man. People all the
It was
time about
huge.
that record we were on.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so we collabed. It was DBS, them featuring DBS, and that's
cool.
how I met Chris. Started Program. So we had a shared love of hip hop and hardcore.
Nice.
So
That's cool.
But dude, I don't. It's hard. I don't even know where to begin, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
named a lot. You
We
named a lot.
Yeah.
today me and Derek came out on our
Sad
first
Boy Loco. Right
Sad Boy
now,
Loco.
I'm
Come on,
really
man.
I'm really into Sad Boy Loco, and let me tell you why Sad Boy Loco is one of the hardest fucking rappers alive right
Tell
now,
me.
dude. I got into him. Me and Eddie Voodoo were following him on Instagram on tour. He's from near Santa Barbara, but the east side.
Okay.
And dude, I don't even know. I just follow him. I'm a fan, right? This dude made one of the hardest songs I've ever heard. This dude gets stabbed, right?
I'm listening.
He goes to the hospital, right? He's in the hospital, stabbed by this dude, and he survives, right? Then his homie records the news clip of man stabbed and blah blah blah, and he gets out of the hospital, goes right to the studio, puts that clip at the beginning of the song. This man gets stabbed, blah blah blah. Yo, I'm still here. Yo, I'm still here. Like basically, like, come on, motherfucker, let's go again.
Jesus
Yo.
Christ.
Yeah. This is why I'm still here. You fucked up. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Sad Boy Loco to me is like the realest, hardest
Okay.
gangster out there right now,
He's
man.
still around too, obviously.
Oh yeah, he's big right now, dude. So I
Wow.
think YG signed him or something.
YG's
but-
dope too.
Yeah.
Me and Derek just came out on a song today. My first time ever rhyming on a song, and
Really?
Derek's as well. We did a cover song of "She Watched Channel Zero" by Public Enemy.
No way!
And it just came out today, and it's with Sendog, MC Search from Third Base.
What?
Yeah, I know.
311. Mix Master
Master
Mike,
Mike,
Master Don, Faith No More. It came out today, and all the money goes to what?
It goes to help roadie relief program.
I'll
for
send
all
it to you.
those
Yeah, it came out
roadies.
today.
Dude.
And so we both did
those
Flavor
great
Flav
roadies.
versus me and Derek.
We did
So
a
that's the
flavor.
first hip hop thing I've ever done. I grew up in hip hop, and it's my
Fucking
first thing. Yeah.
incredible,
was
dude.
my
Are you
second.
kidding me?
And I recorded mine here, and thanks for getting me on that shit, Derek. I'm
Word.
excited.
Hey,
Thank
hey,
you.
are you into hip hop? Let me blow your mind.
I mean,
like,
but
dude,
no, that's not what I meant though. When I started about that, it's like I grew up in hip hop, and I never tried rhyming because I love it so much that I can't really rhyme.
I'm
but
the
that's the
same
first
way.
time I ever kind of rhymed, you know?
Right.
I feel like I'm blowing hot bad breath on you.
No, you're
guys.
fucking good, man.
Okay, I'm all self-conscious.
Well, fuck, Efrem. Thank you so much for coming here
Thanks for
today.
fucking
I really-
having me, man. This is
but
fucking awesome.
this is amazing. I'm
glad
really
to finally,
psyched on this.
talk to you, man.
Yeah, man, right on.
It's a great combo, and I've known you for so many years, and to sit down with you and hear your story, I love you even more. And I feel like
Thanks, dude.
this podcast makes me not just appreciate, but love the people I've already known and hear their journey, because we met each other passing,
Dude,
playing
and
shows.
we've played a million
but we
shows.
don't know each other's stories, so like,
Thank you, dude.
I really appreciate your
I
time.
learned your story from listening to the Freddie Madball episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah,
shit, my
dude.
man knows what's
I'm a
up.
fan of the podcast.
All right, thank
so,
you, man.
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you. So I appreciate you being here. It's great to have you, and I appreciate everything you've done with music and
Thank you,
the
man.
people you inspired and everything.
Likewise.
And your
To both of you.
positivity.
To both of you, bro.
Yeah, is that a Selena
Right on,
shirt?
brother.
Selena Gomez?
Still Selena, dude.
Selena. I didn't mean to say Selena Gomez. I'm sorry.
The queen.
Yes, dude. She's a few days ago in 1995 we passed, so we remember our princess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. She's the best.
Any more questions for this young lad?
It's all good here.
Right on.
Well, thank you for being
I
here.
have questions for you guys.
Oh boy.
Uh,
What's it like being in a band with Mackie, dude? Sick.
Ooh,
right.
One of the illest drummers to walk this
Yeah,
earth.
playing with Mackie was so rewind. Long story short,
Rewind.
my drummer broke his wrist. We had a tour of Social Distortion somewhere between heaven and hell, like '96.
No way.
And he couldn't do the tour, so we got Mackie. And so we had Mackie. Mackie played drums the whole tour. He set up sideways on the stage. It was incredible. That was a dream. Fast forward, Hazen Street. Yeah, he's fucking one take. Incredible in the pocket. One of my favorite drummers of all time.
dude.
He makes it look so effortless. He's such a talent.
Yo,
That's my
style
answer.
was
What's
upside
your
down.
question for this guy?
Swagger. He's got style.
What's your question for
man.
Derek Efrem?
Yeah, put him on the
Dude,
spot.
I got questions, dude.
Hit him.
Well, actually, dude, I don't even know where to begin. You know something I love? I just have to point this out to you, dude. Your band does something
I'm
not
gonna
a
take a
lot
piss.
of bands do. So I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong, dude.
Okay.
We're from a generation that like wrote songs as a band and jammed and learned them and played them live and then recorded them and tried to make the recording sound like the live band.
Right.
Now, I know every band's fallen into that trap because of necessity and distance and all that, but we write and record songs and then learn how to play them for tour. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like you guys don't do that. At least it sounds like you don't, man, because some
Right.
of that shit just sounds so realized and so jammed out.
Right.
And like, dude, I love that. And it feels so punk to me, dude.
I think a lot of that element
crazy.
is just like really natural. The way that those guys have always written music before I was in the band was always
Yeah.
just jamming. Just jam it out.
Right.
And then as time went on, there was Andreas writing, all this, all the music. And now with Eloy as our drummer,
Oh, dude.
who's
Dude,
the
whoa.
monster.
Hey,
you
what?
know.
How
I
about
know.
where the fuck did you find him, dude?
It just takes it to a whole different level.
Yeah.
But I think what helps a lot now, especially, is having that space to write and that preparation. And that
Yeah.
makes a big difference because we were knocking things out pretty quickly,
Lot
and
of
it's a
records,
lot
dude.
of pressure,
Fast.
So when we give ourselves that space and time to really put things together and just jam, go home, listen to it, record
Yeah, dude.
everything, because we have everything in the demo, like you're saying, just jamming.
Right.
Like it all comes together and like, all right, we have the demo, we have everything pretty much done before going in the studio. Like we go over and over and over and over and over, where it's like that's what's going to go in the studio, and then we have that recording and give that to the producer. Like this is the album.
That's
And
where
then-
I just got back to. We're
Right.
doing that again with DBS.
And
you
then
know?
with that producer, that's another member that comes into the band.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
you know what? We should add this or maybe change that. And that's cool to hear because they're coming from an outside the circle. It's something you
cool.
may not have heard since you've been so absorbed in what
Yeah.
you've been doing. Which
No,
you know what I'm
absolutely, dude.
So,
like kind of like my ears are dead, man.
yeah, exactly.
My ideas are dead.
Right,
Like,
right.
I'm stuck. I need
So we
somebody to break
definitely
through.
do the jamming and do it over and over. We're like, this just feels right for us, but a lot of the albums are usually written, like you're saying, before we go in the studio.
You
Like,
guys did some stuff here and there with Roy, I remember.
yeah, he did
Dude,
a whole
he's
tour.
one of my favorite drummers of all time.
Yeah, Roy's a
bro.
badass.
He's a badass.
Oh my god,
man.
come on.
He did an
man.
entire
Like,
tour with us in
Jeez.
Flames, and it was so much fun.
From nausea to Stone Sour.
I
dude,
know.
it's so rad.
It's amazing.
So rad. Him
Yeah.
and Chow, dude.
Yeah.
Chow.
Yeah, I
dude.
know.
Chow
All-
came out to the last Voodoo show in Buffalo.
Oh, he did?
Chow.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
Chow.
All
man.
from
Shout
punk,
out to
all
Chow.
from punk rock, man. All of it,
All
man.
of 'em. Yeah,
all from
man.
punk
Pretty
rock
rad.
and skateboarding, man.
Woo!
It's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely.
How we're all connected in that way.
Totally,
I think it's
dude.
something magical from punk and hardcore that you don't get from other genres of that community family. No matter where you go, if you're wearing like
Totally.
a shirt they recognize, automatically you're in comedy talking about something,
Dude, I'm so interested in Brazil. And you have
Okay.
tons of experience.
Right.
You know, obviously, you live,
Have you been
live
there, right?
and all
You've
that.
been there, right?
Here, the only place Death by Stereo never got
Oh,
to go.
bro,
we got
dude.
so much people, and then an opportunity would happen for whatever reason we couldn't. We went everywhere in South and Central
Dude.
America, everywhere, and
And
smashed.
not
we-
Brazil.
It's
it never-
incredible.
And then right when I joined Voodoo Glow Skulls, right when I said yes to the tour, we get this email. what about you guys in Bad Religion in Brazil? And I was like,
Dude.
this is
That
like the
would
perfect intro to Brazil ever.
That would be
and we couldn't do it. So we know that there's someone
man.
there wants to see
It's gonna
us.
happen.
Oh yeah, I'm
Dude,
sure.
and I got so many bands I love from Brazil, dude. Oh,
I also think we know somebody that can make that happen.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh,
Yo,
I was like, who?
dude, yeah,
Mr. Green!
I'd be mind blown.
Yo,
if
that'd
we
be
could get over there,
sick.
dude.
If it was
Oh,
like
it would.
Death by Steroids.
H2O,
Oh, that would click.
Pennywise.
Oh, dude.
I'm not.
That would be like a
listen,
festival.
But
though.
listen,
It
I've
would be
been
that many
there.
people.
I'm looking out for Efrem.
Right.
If you take Death by Steroid, it'd be amazing for them, man. Yeah.
Hey, we're ready.
That would be amazing.
I'm just.
I love touring
just
South
saying
America.
We're ready if it ever
I
happens.
love you,
dude.
South America. I miss touring there so much. Shows
That's
are
the best.
incredible.
One of
dude.
fans
the
are
last-
incredible.
The last tour
Incredible.
I did was with Death by Stereo we went to Colombia and we did some shows in Mexico. It's the
Fucking
last thing we
amazing,
did.
man.
Yeah, it's that Latino audience is
Dude, off the hook.
off the hook.
Dude, after I joined Voodoo, man, and getting to rock Latin crowds in Spanish,
Yeah,
bro.
that was a question I was going to ask. Like in Europe and in places where they're speaking Spanish, like in Spain and stuff, is it?
It goes
We played certain festivals, where
It
and it's funny
clicks.
because it's just like it clicks sometimes, but other times we're just like,
Oh,
not
yeah,
singing
yeah.
in Spanish. Who is this band? I'm like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
are we on this?
Oh, that'll happen to us like in Ohio sometime. You know what
Ohio,
I mean?
yeah.
But dude, I try
That's
to
where Derek's from, Ohio.
no way.
Cleveland.
I try and I actually made some funny Mexican jokes last time I was in Cleveland, but like I try to kind of break the mold and loosen it up a little bit because dude, race is a crazy thing right now. In the last few years during Trump. And so like I remember we played the Camp Anarchy in Ohio. It was a big punk festival.
It's a big punk festival.
Yeah. Your brother was there. It was like
Yeah.
Offspring and Voodoo and DBS and all our friends' bands and
Right.
Cool.
Pennywise. And I remember I got on stage and I'm all, "What's up, Ohio? I'd like to introduce you to fucking Mexicans." And like people don't know what to do. They don't laugh, but I'm trying to let you know it's okay.
I would
Yeah.
You can laugh. And people were like, "What?" And I'm all, "Hide your bikes and lock up your sisters," or hide your sisters and lock
Wow.
up your bikes. And people just looked at me, and then we just 1, 2, 3, go, boom, right into our fucking voodoo.
Wow.
You know, between songs, I crack jokes left and right. And dude, by the end of it, I think people realize I can laugh.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean? But dude, there's a lot. It's weird, man. In 2021, you'll go to some places where people just don't know what the fuck a Mexican is, but.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I know. What
It's
you
But,
mean.
crazy,
but
man.
most places they do, and everything's great. Things are going in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember in the 90s touring, man. Where were we? Somewhere in the South. And the only option was like a Taco Bell, and I walked in and asked for a quesadilla, and they were just like, "What is
They're
that?"
like
they
they
didn't even
can't
have
even
it yet.
pronounce
Wow.
it.
Yeah, they
I'm
didn't
sure
even
they're
have-
like a case,
dude.
a quesadilla.
And not-
I'll have a quesadilla.
Dude.
I remember in
You know.
I mean, I remember when like coffee was getting introduced, like
Oh,
good
yeah.
coffee in the U.S. when
Oh, dude.
a guy came back from work and I was like painting with like Charlie Garriga. Shout
Yeah.
out to Charlie. And we'd be painting, be like, "Oh man, I had one of these new cappuccinos. They're delicious."
You
I was
said
like,
that?
Yeah, this one guy we're working with, and it was just like, wow. I was like, a cappuccino? I was like, I don't think you say it that way.
Yeah.
Cappuccino,
I was
dude.
like, it's a
that's great.
cappuccino.
a quesadilla.
A quesadilla.
Dude, yeah, that coffee thing kind of changed the game,
Yeah, I
especially
mean,
for
people
touring
are-
bands, dude.
Yeah.
People are.
Dude, on Warped Tour, which dude was it? One of the homies from Boss Tones.
Yeah. Joe Gittleman.
Yeah, he set up
Coffee.
a fucking cooler.
Joe Coffee.
Yeah, he's
Joe Gittleman has his own coffee
next to
thing.
their bus every day. And
Shout out to Joe Gittleman.
smash it because every touring guy's like, "Good coffee."
Yeah,
Sick.
Americans
so
have to
cool.
learn about the culture of good coffee.
Yeah.
It took some
Yeah.
time, but we've gotten there.
I'm not
you know?
not the biggest coffee drinker, but I'll always have a coffee with Stigma.
That's great. Yeah.
Last time we were at
Who else?
festival,
Who else? Who else?
Who
Yeah.
else
Who
would
else?
you have a coffee
Let's go have a
with?
coffee, kid. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll fucking drink.
Cappuccino.
I haven't had coffee since March 18th. How about you?
Maybe a week or so.
Yeah.
This is the last time I was in
It's
Europe.
making me crazy. Yeah, it's making me. I'm chilling right now. I know listeners are sick of me talking about my ups and downs of coffee relationship, my love and hate, but I feel really great without it right now.
Okay.
How about you? Feel good without yours?
I feel all right, man. I
Okay,
don't feel
okay.
bad.
Okay,
I mean, I
yeah.
know that I would feel pretty good if I had one.
I know, man.
That's
I'm not
awesome.
gonna lie. I'm sure
That's
like it
amazing.
gives you that perception. Like,
Pretty pretty.
I love
I'm okay.
having
I'm good.
like senior conversations.
Yeah.
It's
Someone
fucking
was
awesome.
talking about bowel movements.
Nobody ever.
Yeah.
I remember when
Fiber.
Descendants was singing about coffee. I was like, dude, my
yeah.
mom drinks Sanka. My mom drinks coffee.
Sanka, you
Make
just
a
said
Sanka.
Sanka.
I'm like,
Put
that's
a pot of Sanka.
I'm like,
Sanka.
I'm like, how much older are the Descendants? They're drinking coffee. They're like 2 years older than me. They're looking at them like they're talking about coffee and farts and shit. It was crazy,
Does
man.
Sanka even exist?
I
No,
hope so.
but you know what I'm saying? Coffee was an adult thing when I was a kid.
It was super
It was
adult.
very
Oh, yeah,
adult.
very
Only
grown up.
adults. But then I
Very
remember
grown
like
up.
not Peter Chris. I keep saying Paul Stanley did a Folgers commercial.
Remember
Back
that?
in the day?
And he sang it.
He sang it.
Part of waking up.
Wow.
Folgers in your cup.
It's so
Wow.
good.
Yeah, it's really bad.
But now every teenager's drinking coffee, right?
I know. My son drinks 3 a day. It's crazy, man.
I
He's
don't know
on
how
that
he
shit.
does it. He's like, it's a
weird,
motorboat.
dude.
It's his grandma's fault, too. She let him have a taste when he was younger, and he loves it.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Kids weren't having coffee back then.
No, man.
And not in America.
That was the adult drink
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
then.
it was super adult, and it just smelled like that.
We
too.
had Jolt Kohler. Jolt Kohler in
Yeah,
the
remember
80s.
Jolt?
Banging.
My parents were like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
None of
That was the original
Really
like
healthy-
energy drink.
healthy.
No,
That was the original energy.
no Mountain Dew, no sodas like that.
Oh, we had sodas like a mother.
We had like generic sodas.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I feel
I know
like
all
It's
about
the
that
same
game.
thing. It's
I know-
the same thing.
I know all
You know,
about that.
I feel like we
I had
could-
a pair of Likes. You know what I mean? You know, the
Likes.
swap meet shit.
Oh yeah, the Likes.
Likes.
I
Or
remember
whatever you
the
call
Likes.
them,
There
like
were
fake
Yo,
shit. Yeah.
Tons of fake stuff back
Oh,
in the day.
yeah, dude. It
I
was
feel like
great.
we could have like another whole 2-hour episode after this. We can just keep talking. No, I love it though. We're gonna have you back for part 2.
I'm all about it.
Where he just interviews us. It'd be fucking amazing.
Dude.
I'm not even
I'll
joking.
Deep dive on both of you guys, dude.
100%.
I'm dead serious.
Are you down?
Dude.
I'm down.
Deep dive.
We're gonna do
I
a
like
part
that's a
2.
good idea.
We're gonna do a part
Let's
2. With
you
Efrem
guys.
comes back and interviews both
You
of
should
us.
All
have your
about it.
guest interview you.
Yeah.
We'll come back for part 2 and they do us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude,
Let's do it.
I could literally
Do it.
go album for album with you guys.
All right.
it.
Like
Okay.
boom, boom, boom,
Okay.
boom. And
I'm
I
100%
know
down.
I know shit.
Okay.
It's
I
on.
know shit, dude.
It's on.
And all the listeners, when we drop this podcast and we announce it, make sure you comment that you want that to really happen, so we can remind us when this drops. It's going to happen.
please.
Efrem, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me.
Much love to you and everything you're doing. You have so
yeah.
many things coming out.
Can't
You
wait.
have fucking new Voodoo Glow Skulls. You have a new Manic Hispanic coming out.
Working on a new DBS.
New DBS record coming out. Produced by Billy Biohazard. I pay attention.
Yeah.
Program Skate Shop in Fullerton, California. Get skateboards, get
wanna check
records,
that
all
out.
that, right?
Hell yeah. New single in a couple weeks, Voodoo Glow Skulls with Randy Blythe.
Randy, we love you,
Walking
Randy. We
Dread.
fucking love you, Randy.
Much love.
Hell yeah.
Randy.
Thank you,
Great
Randy, for
human.
being so cool to our band. Thank you,
Dude.
dude. Wherever you are. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Peace, everybody. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet to this podcast, please do that. And whatever platform you are listening to this on, I'm glad you found me. You can rate me and review me on there also. So thank you guys sincerely for the support. I cannot wait for you guys to the next one.